Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy B Smooth back again here with Celtics Corner today. New camera, a little different position here with the webcam. We are here on a beautiful Friday night. We're gonna be joined by our co-host, someone who's a little better at me at doing this up. But we'll see if she's a little better today. Bree Marie
Yo,
D back in the building. How you doing today?
I'm ready. It's Friday. Let's talk.
Friday. It's always good. End of the week. Hopefully, people are enjoying us. We have a lot of people in the building. I appreciate that. 1 minute in, people are waiting in the waiting room. I appreciate that. Bree
Yes.
was trying to roast me on my poster. This poster's been in for a while.
No, not roast, compliment, because this is the first time
Compliment,
I've seen some Celtic green on your wall.
okay.
And I'm literally like shocked that you've been calling yourself a Celtics fan this whole time. And you've had zero stuff on your wall. That's why.
So one thing I'm going to do, and I wanted to do it maybe sometime in the stream, I want to get another poster right here because this is just too much blue here.
Yes,
I don't like this.
Yes.
So
too much negative
we can
space.
go on Amazon, or Bree has another recommendation on the website.
Yes.
We can find some Celtic stuff.
Yes.
So,
oh my God, please.
Of a poster. That'd be pretty cool. Appreciate everyone in the building who's in here. And Big MGM, appreciate
order on
you.
Amazon.
Nick Butler, appreciate you. New sound, appreciate JJ Reddick. Probably not the real one, but I appreciate you as well. We're going to have a good time here. We have a trivia game planned. Bree's going to play NBA Wordle. That's going to be fun. We have our, reacting, looking back some bad or good takes that me and Bree have had. So let's get into it. I want to talk about the recent games we played. Okay, not even recent anymore. It was literally Wednesday. It's been a long time. I saw Bree tweeting about it's been a long time since we played. Bree, number one, what the hell is this break going on? And number two, what was your thoughts on Wednesday's game?
Wednesday's game just rolling. I did not expect a blowout city like that against the Jazz. That was, they've just, so remember how I used to be like, okay, they're one-upping themselves playing the shittiest games. Now they're one-upping themselves playing the best games. Like when they went on that West Coast trip and swept, by the way, we got those brooms out for you. They literally almost won every single game by like 20 points or more, or they had at least a 20-point lead or more throughout all those games. And that's just a complete 180 turnaround from what they were doing before. However, before they would have 15, 20-point leads on teams and then lose. So I'm so glad they've learned how to close out a fucking game. Thank the Lord Jesus Christ. It's been a ride.
It's been a long ride. And again, I don't know if you saw the video I posted. A lot of people viewed it, and I saw a cool comment, made me smile a little bit. Nick Butler said, I finally made it to one of the streams as I had a day off. I appreciate that. I appreciate you spending your time with me and Bree. But I reacted to that game, the highlights of the Nuggets and Celtics game. And I said something I've never said before. And I said the Celtics, that's a lot. Something I haven't said in a long time. And I was like, the Celtics are the best team in the NBA currently. Not overall, but currently they're the best team in the NBA. And people are going crazy. They're all happy, all smiles. Bobby was wrong. Oh, this funny stuff. We're going to get to that eventually. But number two, I'll say this. I think the reason why I was so hesitant on saying the Celtics are a really good team is because when I was in the past, in middle school, early high school days, when we were pretty decent, whenever I'd say that to my friends, we always lost early. I remember losing to the Knicks in the first round. I think that was the last year Paul Pierce and KG was on the team. I remember losing to the Lakers in 2010. I remember those bad losses in 2009, losing early. So that's why I was always hesitant on crowning a team so early. And Bree, I know fans like you and people in the comments, day one, they're talking about we're going to win the championship. I feel like they're Cowboy fans almost, but like there's such a high expectations put on so early, such a big letdown. I don't know how you take that, how your emotions go through the season.
So I try not to be like super like emotional to the sense that it's like bias. Like I try to be realistic when I'm looking at like the bigger picture. Obviously, I'm a diehard Celtics fan. Obviously, I want to be like, yes, they're gonna win every year, obviously. But if you're looking at like, the grand scheme of things, you're looking at every team. And obviously teams go on runs, right? So when you looked at the Suns were on like an 18-game win streak at the beginning of this. And then, unfortunately, they have injuries, right? Chris Paul goes out. So then they're not as hot anymore. Same thing with the Bulls. The Bulls looked like a team that I was going to be fucking shaking in my boots about. And now I'm like, hello? Are you guys even fucking there? No, they're not there anymore. So it's like you can never really stay too up or down on like the season because obviously, as you learned, especially looking at this season, it was the lowest of lows and now we're at the highest of highs. It's a roller coaster, baby. I'm just along for the ride. But would I love it for them to, win one for me? Yes, it's been forever. I've been waiting since 2008 for a championship. I think they're absolutely in the right direction. Do I think they still need like maybe one more piece to fit that puzzle to get to that next level? Yes, I do.
New Sound says, "Where's Jags? Jags never is here on the show or the channel on weekends. He works often a lot of times on weekends, so never here on the weekends. That's why Bree is always doing her amazing job here, helping your boy out." Now, as Foster said it best, Bulls play a lot of iso ball, and Celtics do a little bit too. Now we have a couple of motions, a couple sets here as well. But Tatum loves dribbling the ball, posting up, and he loves doing that. Now, I guess what I'd say is this: I don't know if you were a fan in 2008. Obviously, I was 10 years old when they won a championship. And that got me into basketball. So I didn't fall in love. I didn't go through the hardships of Antoine Walker and Paul Pierce and Antoine leaving and just being Paul Pierce and bad years. Now, it's been a long, long time. I have Celtics fans who are literally 67 years old that nobody used to. That's pretty cool. But they watch me consistently say, I remember the good old days back when we were winning titles in a row. And people used to fall on the floor. What does it feel like to, I don't know when you started becoming a Celtics fan, but from that one title, to know it's been so many iterations of this team, 3 different head coaches, many different point guards, and we are still trying to search for that one, even NBA Finals appearance. What is your thoughts on that aspect?
So, like I said, I bleed green. So, like, I'm always with them, whether they're like 0-75 or, you know, if they are winning everything. So, like, I will support them and love them no matter what. I've said many a times this is a very toxic relationship when they're doing bad, and I'm just like, please stop. But yeah, I mean, I just think that the atmosphere of Boston in general, like, we're just such a title town, and like we just expect greatness, and like, yes, it's been kind of a drought for the Celtics to win something, so I don't want to get like too impatient with them. I see greatness. I see the potential. I never thought that we were bad. Like, it would be a different story if we were one of these like no-name fucking teams that like never make playoffs or can't get out of the first round of playoffs. Like, we consistently have made it to at least one, if not two, if not Eastern Conference Finals, pretty consistently throughout the last couple, like 10 years. So it's just like, we're like, again, just one piece away from making it all the way. And it's tough because the competition in the NBA it's just stacked. Anywhere you look, it's stacked. So that's also pretty difficult. The Western Conference has always been a powerhouse. So it's really hard to compete with teams like that in the West when it's like we're trying to fight tooth and nail for the 1 seed in the East. Like, it's tough.
And speaking of the seeding, I'm not gonna lie. I think I saw Jax. He's gonna make a video, I think, tomorrow morning. And he posts like the seeding chart. And I didn't realize how close Celtics could be to actually get the first seed.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously,
it's
we
like
can
2
talk
games
about
back or something.
Not
like
even. I think it's a game and a half back.
1.5. Yeah.
1.5 back from Miami.
Well, the thing is, it's so close. It's so close because every game now you're moving. So, like, for example, when we beat the Jazz, we moved up to the 3 seed. But then I believe when the Sixers won last night or whatever the fuck it was, they jumped ahead of us because the Sixers beat us in a tiebreaker, or we have one more loss and they have one.
Oh yeah, true.
Something like that. So it's literally going to be like down to the wire for like seeding purposes. And that's why I always say people love to, like, I've had people literally tell me regular season games don't matter. That's why LeBron doesn't care where he gets seeded and blah, 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 whatever. My thing is this, like, every game matters because, like I said, if you're in your Eastern Conference standings and you're neck and neck with a team and say you want that higher seed to get home court advantage and you didn't win in the season series, if you lost, then you're getting the lower seed and then you're fucked. So that's why I don't like when people say, oh, it's just a regular season, it doesn't matter. Because it does. There's a game within a game. You want to have more wins on your record against the teams, especially in our conference, so that you beat that tiebreaker. And that's what we're coming down to right now is literally a game and a half a game back, all that bullshit. So, I mean,
while I agree,
hate to see it,
I also kind of disagree. Yes, regular season matters. I don't think the season entirely matters. I feel like there are maybe a key 20 games that's like, yo, these are must-watch games. These are important for seeding. Everything else doesn't matter. LeBron can miss a week, and guess what? Does it hurt the ratings? Yes, it does. But it doesn't matter the grand scheme of things. That's why players are, I think even Tatum was asking for, we should have a shorter regular season. Go to 58 games. The NBA product as a whole wouldn't drop. And I think the reason why, and again, I know you're not a big fan of NFL. The NFL ratings are always through the roof because literally every game has to matter. There's only 17. There's only one a week. 17 weeks straight, and every game matters in the playoff race. When in the NBA, there's 82 of them. If you didn't watch a week of basketball, you're not missing anything in the grand scheme of things. If you didn't watch basketball an entire month in the month of December, as a fan, it's not like you missed out on great basketball that's going to matter in March. And
I get what you're
look
saying.
at this team here. I mean, this team is not the same team you saw in December. If you told a person watching December to now, I mean, it's a completely two different things. I don't know. For me, it's always been rough. Foss says regular season matters for building chemistry. Oh, yeah, for the team. I'm talking about from the fan perspective. For an actual team, of course, they need it.
Well, you already know, like,
yeah,
I'm always like a committed fan, so like I'm watching every single game that I can.
You watch
same thing with baseball too. I'll watch every single regular season baseball game. I don't care. I'm that type of fan. I enjoy that. I don't really like when people say, "Oh, shorten the season. Oh, regular season games aren't as important." I think they're all important. I think they're all entertaining, and I think that those types of games that you start off with should set a tone for how you play for the rest of the season. Clearly that statement is false when it comes to the Celtics and their roller coaster of a start to this season, and how they are now. But I think, they made it through the rain. They had to get through this fucking thunderstorm to get to the rainbow that they are at right now. So, but again, if you didn't go through that, like, listen, I'm telling you right now, if you weren't with us when we were losing, don't be with us now. I don't need anybody hopping on the bandwagon. I don't need I don't need no fake fans. I'm all set.
I'm all for fake fans because that means more viewers, and I always take more viewers. Now, Jules says, funny question here, or not question, what's the ideal path for the Celtics playoff run? Now, I want to say this. I'm going to start with this statement.
Can you pull up the standings right now so we can actually like break that down real quick?
I could pull them up, and I want to start with this because just last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, whenever Bree was last on the show, she told me it doesn't matter who plays.
I said what?
And you want the Nets. You want the hardest people possible. You want Brooklyn Nets in the first round. You want the Bucks in the second round.
I did not say that.
And now Kyrie
I did not
is coming
say that.
back.
I did not say that. I said the conversation was, do we want the Sixers or the Nets? Don't put words in my mouth.
And you said I want the Brooklyn Nets.
No, I said.
Oh no! You said definitely.
What did I say? Oh no, you're right. I did say I was more afraid of the Sixers. But why? Oh, because of
Yeah, because Kyrie wasn't going to play, and now Kyrie will play. Here we go. Here's the standings, and let me hide these things real quick. So we have Heat at number 1. Celtics are 1.5 games behind them, which again is pretty damn impressive. I'll say that. That's really, really impressive. Okay. Bucks, Sixers, Celtics. You got Bulls at 5. Again, they've been free falling, lost 2. They're 3 of 7 or 3 out of 7, 3 out of 10. Cavs, Raptors at the 7th spot. The Nets are probably not going to catch them at 7, but they would play with each other regardless. Actually, that's a lie. Look at that. Cavs and Raptors are actually tied record-wise.
That's what I'm saying to you. And because the Cavs beat the Raptors in the regular season series, that's why they're the 6 and not the 7. So those do matter. No one wants to believe me on this. That's fucking important. Look, if they're tied, if the standings are literally neck and neck, you want the upper hand. So I'm just saying. People need to take that shit more serious.
Bree, your thoughts here. Would you rather be a top 2 seed or 3 or 4?
I think I'd rather be the 3 or 4. I'm going to pull one out of LeBron. I'm going to pull one out of LeBron James's book and take the easy route to the finals. That's what LeBron's fucking known for. Yeah, LeBron bitch James is always known for taking the easiest path to the finals of all time.
1,
yeah,
2,
take
3,
him.
4.
Yeah, I don't know why he's on your wall twice. He should be on your wall. -5 times. Take him off your wall.
So, okay, let me get this straight. I want to make sure we understand Queen Bree. So, hold on. We're saying we want to follow in the LeBron James path, which obviously he's successful at 4 rings, most rings since he's been in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't count the Disney one.
Oh, the Disney. Oh, oh my goodness.
No, the Mickey Mouse one I don't count.
Mickey Mouse ring, the freaking. Okay, anyway. So we want to follow that path, but I swear just 2 weeks ago, we were saying we want that top seed. We want to play the Nets because they're in shambles. But now, is your opinion? I swear.
Not in the first round. Not in the first round, I don't.
Do you believe we can beat the Nets in a playoff series? Now, obviously, Kyrie's going to play. Would you put your money? Well, no,
anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
As my boy KG says, I don't know if you can even. There it is. Anything is possible. I'm not worried. Listen,
Here we
I'm
go.
worried about KD. I'm not worried about Kyrie. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I'm worried about KD. He is a force. He is unstoppable. That's the only person that I worry about because I doubt 10 Ben Simmons is going to play. And if he does, he's going to be fucking terrible or he's never going to shoot. So I'm not worried about that.
Shoot.
Yeah, exactly. Shoot now.
He doesn't need to shoot. He has Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and Seth Curry. He does not need to take another shot in his life. He can just play defense on Tatum.
And that's why he loves that spot for him. That's the ideal, perfect placement for Ben Simmons. He should just retire there if that's how it's going to be. But, fuck. I don't know. Maybe Kyrie doesn't have the stamina because he has only played half a season. So maybe he can't hang.
I feel like that'd be in his favor because he hasn't played a lot of games where Tatum's played 75.
Because you're not conditioned. Because you're not conditioned to play. If you're not getting in consistent reps in a real NBA game, I think it's going to be hard for you to come back and try and play those minutes with all that pressure on you for X many games. And the road for the Nets is going to be harder if they get into that, if they stay in that play-in spot, which is actually what we want. So we want them to stay in the play-in picture because then they get more tired and more worked and have to go through more just to get into the playoffs. So that's the perfect outcome for us is that they literally get dragged in the play-in, make the play-in, and then have to go through however many rounds to get to us. I'm fine with that.
What I will say about, Bree's hated man, Kyrie Irving, is that even if this is true that he's not in, the best basketball condition, if he drops 60 points on bad legs and not being conditioned, that's a scary man. Don't let the man get in condition.
That was against the Magic. Give me a fucking break.
So Jay Cruz, shout out to Jay Cruz, says Tatum and Brown struggle against Simmons. Simmons is a dog. He's probably a top 5 defender when healthy. I know his back is hurt, herniated disc, so that's tough. We'll see what happens with him in the playoff time. But Simmons is a great defender. You want to talk about someone that literally says, I want a clone copy of someone to guard Tatum? It's Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is bigger, stronger. I don't know about athleticism. He's probably a little more athletic. Tatum's probably a little faster, but it's going to be a great matchup. I would love to see it. I couldn't wait.
All right. Well, the question at hand was, who do we want for them in the first round?
Let's put it back up. Put it back up.
Yeah, put it back up, please.
Where'd it go? There we go.
Okay, so
if you said 3 or 4, which means you'd rather play, what would be math there? Sixers, Cavaliers or Bulls, or maybe Cavaliers at 5 actually, or Raptors at 5. It's a whole jumble here.
Yeah, I mean,
you want the 3 seed though. You want to be over the Sixers, so at least Sixers have to come to us if we somehow play them.
Right. So I'm guessing. So yeah, I guess the conversation would be: do we want to face the Bulls or the Cavs? Bulls are kind of falling apart. Cavs kind of have what? I don't really know. They've kind of just been plateauing, right?
5.
I mean,
Jared Allen's been missing. So Jared Allen's been killing their team. Obviously, he hasn't played, but they're hurting his team a lot. It's been rough for him.
Then it's a toss-up. I'm fine with either one of those being our first round.
I like Cavaliers. The thing about the Raptors, I don't know if we have any unvaccinated players. The new rule in New York does not change what happens in Toronto. Toronto, if you're unvaccinated, you can't play. I don't know if there's any players on the Celtics that aren't vaccinated.
Is that true though? Because I feel like no one's really been saying that about basketball anymore.
Yeah. So in Canada, it's a completely different thing than it is in America. Honestly, here in Atlanta, you can just do whatever you want. It's not a thing. But in Canada, they're serious about that. So you can't even.
Well, I knew that they got their. Well, it's funny because my boyfriend plays 2K with people from Toronto and from Canada, and they said that there aren't any restrictions anymore and that fans are allowed in and all this. So maybe we should double check that because I know that they got rid of it that was kind of my question because for MLB, which is an open field, obviously they are not allowing unvaccinated MLB players to play in Canada. So I'm not sure if
let's see. Professional and amateur athletes will no longer be available to trade, and this was at January 15th, and they have definitely not changed this.
But that says December 7th, 2021. So has it been updated since? No.
This is it's still the same. There's no update.
Wow. So
if any unvaccinated players are on the Celtics, they wouldn't even be able to travel to road games.
Okay, so then we want the Cavs
definitely want the Cavs. Someone said Jay Rich was the only unvaccinated player. Okay, I guess that might be the reason why they traded him. Now I think about it. That actually makes sense.
Then you know what we want? We actually want the Raptors to play the Nets.
Want the Raptors, yeah.
No, I want the Raptors to play the Nets, so Kyrie can't play.
Kyrie can't play. Yo, Bree is an absolute demon here. What is going on? That is true. Wow, I didn't think.
And they're the 7 and 8 right now, but
it would work.
Isn't it 7, 8, 9, 10 have to be in the play-in?
So 8 or 9 and 10.
No. I think it goes 7. I think it goes 7, 8, 9, 10. They are all in the play-in. I'm pretty sure.
No, so the winner, 7 and 8 play each other. The winner of that is the 7th seed. The loser of that game plays the winner of the 9 and 10 matchup.
Okay, so you're saying that they're still going to play each other then?
So the Nets would play the Raptors unless the Raptors.
That's perfect. So then Kyrie can't play.
We'll see. We'll see. This is definitely a damn tough part.
But are those games a one and done, or are those a best of 5, or like how does that work? How are these playing games working?
So I'm
not totally familiar because this is new, right? This is a new.
So last year, the way I saw it, and it was really, really cool, and because Celtics obviously wouldn't play in last year, we played the Wizards in the first game.
I like the play-in. I think it makes it more competitive and fun and more
it reminds me
interesting.
More of baseball. I mean, I don't watch a lot of baseball. Baseball,
like the wild card, the wild card.
It reminds you wild card weekend. So it's 7 and 8. They choose play each other. Winner goes on. They play the 2nd seed, which in this case would be the Bucks. So then they play 9 and 10 play each other. So they play one game.
So then they would play in Toronto because Raptors have a higher seed then.
In this case, yes.
If it stays the same for the next 9 more regular season games that there are, I think.
Facts.
Yeah. So that's exactly why we need to be watching this list like a fucking hawk to see all the movement in the standings and such. But it looks like the Nets are 3 games back. So that means the Raptors need to plummet and fall to the earth in a crashing, burning fashion for the Nets to swap places with them. So I think a 3-game lead is good.
And actually, it's funny. The Nets actually have a better chance of falling to the 10th seed to the Hawks than they actually do catching the Raptors. It's going to be interesting.
And that's what we want. I'm excited. This is awesome.
Alien Maker said weird name. Bro, every damn podcast analyst talks about the Nets. Who cares? You earned respect by beating the best teams. To be fair, you want to Google the NBA best odds of winning a championship and tell me who number 2 is. And that will tell your answer why people talk about it. It's the Brooklyn Nets.
Aren't we up there though? Like, don't we have a really a high chance of winning it all or something? And people were like, this is made up, but it actually isn't. Like our percentage for winning or something is high.
I'm trying to see the most recent one. Here's March 17th.
I know that Tatum just jumped up to the 4th spot in the MVP race.
So look at this. Brooklyn Nets, who are the little 8th seed right now, are still the 2nd favored. They're basically favored to get out of the East. That's how good the Nets are. So you wonder why people talk about the Nets is because they have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Celtics are way down below Miami at 1,400, which honestly, to be fair, that's pretty good odds. I'd take my money on that one. But the Nets being here there's a reason why. They're pretty damn good. Yeah. But now that kind of leads us to, and I appreciate all the comments. My guy Steve, that's usually on the pregame shows, Southern might go for one because there are killers. I wouldn't do that if my money was on that. It's even Brandon says Breed's a genius for catching that. Okay, we're both geniuses. I appreciate that. Now we have a couple cool things to do. We have some reactions to some takes. I put some clips here of funny, worst, and best takes that Bree sent over that I saw on her YouTube channel. In her Instagram show, Boston Banner Bound. There we go. Finally get it. And also a couple of my takes that I've had throughout the year. Now, I do have a cool video that me and Bree kind of collabed together, a really short version of how Celtics fans go through their NBA season.
Oh, yes. This is the
I think we can watch it. I don't
cycle of depression to euphoria.
Cycle depression.
Let's play it.
Guys, what's going on? It is Bree Marie D for Boston Banner Bound. Wish that I had better news and better things to talk about, but hey, it's Boston Banner Bound. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Bree from Boston Banner Bound.
I gotta pause. The absolute sorrow in this woman's face is probably the funniest thing in the world. I'm not gonna hold you, bro.
I'm like, why am I even on here right now? I'm pissed.
This is reminding me of every single person that comments in my videos when we lose. Is just this face here. It's rough. Let's keep going.
Because there's to talk about. But hey, it's Boston Banner Bound. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Bree from Boston Banner Bound. And I wanted to come on here and have a positive broadcast. What's going on, guys? We can actually do a positive Celtics broadcast. What is up, guys? Back again and back so soon, and that is because there's more good news.
So Bree, obviously, with the more good news, it's funny because you know what? Bri, I don't know if you saw that. I posted this video and I was talking about on the post-game show with the Jazz game. And I was like, you know what? If the Celtics get the top 2 seed, I'll wear a Batman costume on stream for
I'm
2
very
streams.
excited about this.
I also might add another bet to that. I might buy some of those glasses that Bri had and put them on my head. I might do them. Yes. I don't know where to find them at, but I will rock those.
We'll find you some. We'll find you some.
Someone said the depression, that third introduction. Yeah, it was rough. It was actually rough. But now
go to my Instagram or my Twitter and watch the whole thing. I actually added longer pieces of me just literally just venting my ass off. So pissed. And then it's like, yeah, guys, let's go. It was just like the most bipolar fucking montage I've ever made in my life with Be Smooth. It was ridiculous.
Look at this, Mr. I think it's Unkindly. Love her Boston sports fandom. I'm the same way. Well, shout out to Mr.
Thank you.
Mr. Unkindly. There, I think I got that right. Now we have a 2-minute clip of just some random clips all put together. Yes, and we can all break them down as we go so they can make more sense. But definitely some fun. Here we go. Let's click on to it.
Mind-boggling.
Oh, that's loud. Let's turn this down a bit. And there we go.
It's just mind-boggling to me. I'm aggravated. I'm frustrated. I love them, but this is the most toxic relationship ever. They're so consistently bad. You know?
No. I gotta go back. You know what's funny? I actually saw a YouTube video. This is old because she has a YouTube channel. Y'all follow her on YouTube. But there was an old clip of you in like a newsroom or something where you said that same exact quote too. I think that's her catchphrase or something. But inconsistently
bad. Yeah. I've definitely coined that phrase when I talk about them because they just the roller coaster. I can't even. It's like I have like PTSD thinking and looking at these. Like it's wild. I'm like, oh, remember when they were like sub 500 in the 12th seed and we hated everybody and everything, but I still watched them every night because I can't look away. Yeah, that is the face of depression right there.
Let's keep going. Someone said, oh, hell no. Okay, I'll read that. Let's keep going.
They're so consistently bad. You know, I think Coach Ime is doing a really good job. I know that a lot of people have questioned his abilities, have questioned if he was the right person for this job. Celtics need to play.
Now, looking back at it.
Wait. We need some context. First of all, my background's got progressively better. Thank fucking God. I don't know what is happening there. There's me in my softball days photo back there. I have a... Whatever. Let's just ignore the background, please. Pretend there's a green screen. But this was 6 games into the season when I'm like high on Ime. I'm like really excited, really optimistic, really naive, like thinking everything's going to go smooth and great. And I'm like, yeah, Ime's doing great. I'm so happy. This is exactly what they wanted. And then it just, if you keep playing more clips, you'll see my optimistic outlook on Ime went way down.
We're down bad here. Let's continue her Ime love.
Abilities have questioned if he was the right person for this job. Celtics need to play 4 fucking quarters, not 3. It's getting dangerously close to the fact that we might be a play-in team or we might not even make playoffs. And that's really disgusting and a hard pill to swallow.
Oh, Bri was on she was sounding like Be Smooth actually. So, Bri, what was going on here?
So that was when we were 23 and 24. And I sent you that, it was so ironic because as we were doing prep for this show, I was looking back at all of my videos. And at this point we were almost halfway through the season, whatever. I'm not good at math. Figure it out, guys. You know where we were at 23 and 24. We were playing like shit still. And it was getting to the point where okay, guys, I've had enough sample size of Ime that I'm about to fucking lose my mind. I'm all set with this guy. Let's go. I'm all set. So I'm freaking out because I'm playing those words should not come out of any Celtics fan's mouth. Okay. I don't want to hear it. That is not us. Ew. So anyways, I'm freaking out and we're doing the research for this, right? And I find that video and I send it to you and I'm yeah, at this point we were 23 and 24. The irony of Twitter, I go on to Twitter and I sent you the image. I don't know if you pulled it from our convo, but the image was legitimately, they said January 23 and 24. And then it said March, whatever we are at now. And they're we're 20 something and 6 losses or whatever the fuck it is. And I'm yo, that was the tipping point. That was the turning point of the Celtics turning it around. And thank God I said it, because they heard me and they were like, I can't keep torturing this girl anymore. Let's like turn this shit around. And they did. So, and I ate my words and I said sorry to Ime. Okay. I said sorry. I was just losing faith. I was losing it. I was losing my mind every week. I was like, this can't be.
People in my comments around that wasn't even mid-season. It was kind of like, yeah, it was probably mid-season. People were saying, fire Ime. He's not the man for the job. We should have kept Brad. But you know what's funny? We don't know how good you have it till it's gone. I swear that last season Brad was here, which was just last season. People were saying fire Brad the entire year. And it's crazy to see that people were so quick to fire Ime. I think people just got to chill. That's all it is. But I think the frustration people have, especially in the comment section, people cursing out a man in the comments, it's just the weirdest thing in the world. Like Russell Westbrook, it's just weird to me. But we have some more though. We have some more. Bree again is.
I love this. This is classic. So funny to me. I can't.
Here we go. Let's continue on.
Glaring issues right now.
Ew.
Oh no, we gotta stop this. I thought she had a hairbrush. She has a massive stuff in the background. She has a light bulb with no cover.
This was a mic. Yeah, there's a lot of shit happening. Please ignore listen, at least I had a glow up, right? Like, look at this background. So much better.
Better than my background already. And she has a mirror just
showing. I spent some money on
background.
Amazon, bought a screen, and I now have like an actual setup. That's so embarrassing. But anyways, please continue.
Let's get on.
I think Ime's doing a great job. I think Ime also isn't going to hold back. He said that, if he has something to say, he's going to say it to these guys. And it sounds as though they're all on the same page and that the team wants him to be, down their throats and, giving them, harsh critiques and, not letting them settle. And that's great because I know that they ultimately respect him and they wanted him here and they want to go far with him.
You know what's crazy? That take actually low-key ended up being perfectly of how the Celtics are now. Like literally dead on. Perfect.
Yeah, thank God. We had to go through like the fucking lowest of lows to get to that comment actually making sense months later after it was said. Oh boy, this is
someone
awesome.
Said
I love this.
She's holding a curling eye. That's what I swear. I thought it was a athlete.
It was a really bad microphone, and I returned it on Amazon as soon as I bought it. It was really bad.
Let's continue some more.
So I don't know what the deal is with the Celtics, but it seems like they're one-upping themselves from playing the shittiest games and losing in the shittiest ways to shitty teams.
And I don't really want to break.
So I have there's a part to that clip. I want to separate because that clip is the funniest thing in the world. But that's every other Celtics fan too. We are down bad every other loss. I swear we are. But this is actually, I think, our first
Dude, like
time
losing
to
like the 7 and whatever Magic and like the 10 and like 30 Spurs. It's like, bro, come on. The Dameless Blazers. Like, I was losing my shit. I was losing it.
Someone said actually a question here. Not gonna lie, Bree, I was there at first with Ime too. At one point, I counted on YouTube. Brad only requirement for coaching was, can you run a double big lineup? Damn, that's Ime. I thought that's Ime's only top he was coaching, but he was down bad. This is her first time on the show. Actually, I think this was a Sixers pregame show that she was absolutely.
Look at the background's less cluttered than Jason. I think that they can be successful, in this market, in this Celtics franchise. I don't want to get rid of them if it means picking up someone like Beal.
It's not
so in that statement, she was mentioning. We asked her a question about, is Bradley Beal necessary to have on this team, and she broke down, no, I wouldn't trade JB, I wouldn't trade Tatum to get Bradley Beal in the building. You think you can win with those two? Obviously, Bradley Beal is hurt for the season, hasn't played in months, and JB and JT are literally on their way to maybe a first seed in the East. So, again, that was a month and a half ago, and Bree has been dead on here. And someone just said, we need Bree shitty Celtics merch. You know what? We can get that going. I feel like I got that t-shirt as well. Oh, yeah, Bobby, your time's coming up.
Consistently bad.
That's the one I need, especially maybe right here. That might be a nice little token.
And then also under it, anything is possible.
We can continue on. We have a couple more clips here.
We're going to make playoffs, let alone the play-in, let alone even like me thinking that we could even make it to the Eastern Conference Finals at this point is a fucking joke. So,
so I don't know if you apologize for this one here. This one's tough. That one's very, very tough.
Listen, if you were to go back in time when we were sub 500, half 50 games in, you'd fucking say the same ass thing. The fuck? We were literally the 12th seed. We were 23-24. We were going into All-Star break, and I'm like, fire this fucking man. Literally, let's just call it a day. Let's wave the flag. I'm over everyone. How are we losing to these shitty-ass teams? I was losing my mind. Losing it. Something happened. I would love to know what, like, was there a switch that went off? Was there a conversation that was had? Like, did we have to get rid of some players? Like, what was, thank God we got rid of Hernan Gomez because I couldn't fucking stand him.
Oh,
but you know what I'm saying? But
we don't talk about Hernan Gomez.
And then Cantor now seems kind of like a cancer as well because he's talking mad shit, saying that no one had his back. I'm like, bro, it's just you're not good at basketball. That's why we don't want you on the team. But anyways, it's nothing to do with your political views on anything. Stop that. But I don't know. I need to know. Like, we need to find somebody who was in that locker room or on the bus or on the plane or whatever to know what changed because we were on a downward spiral into hell. And somehow we rose and now we're almost the 1 seed. And that's I don't know. Could it be the best NBA turnaround of all time? Like, we need to look that up because that's crazy. A lot of people have been saying that in my Twitter and in my DMs that this turnaround from where they started to where they're at now in that short amount of time from January to March is like the most wild like turn of events they've ever seen. So I don't know. It might just be up there, if not the best NBA turnaround season I've ever seen.
I remember one recently. The Miami Heat, this was probably like 2 or 3 years ago. They started the season like maybe like 10-30, and they ended the season like 36-5. But the problem is they ended up like the 5th seed. But I think that like statistically was the best turnaround. This might be up there. I know we had already lost. Maybe
it's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. You 100%. were at 23-24. Hold on. What are we at right now?
And we're now
48 and
26 or 48 and 28. 46.
So we've lost 4 games since January. That's fucking wild. That's what I'm saying. So, like, imagine saying that in January. You're 23-24. You don't think you're going to make the playoffs. You want to, like, you're literally, like, about to jump off the Tobin Bridge. End your life. It's over. And now, 3 months later, not even, I'm like, we're going to be the 1 seed? The fuck? How did this even happen? So that's wild. And only have lost 4 games in between. That's and I'm really, you know what? And I will fucking say, I am so mad that they went one of those 4 losses was the Mavericks game that I happened to be at in front of KG. Ooh. Embarrassed me like that? Yeah.
I said it that day. I think Bree might be bad luck for jersey retirements. Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett. Is it Ray Allen next? Rajon Rondo next? Who knows? But Bree shows up in the building for jersey retirement.
Don't put that voodoo on me, Bobby.
We might have to. Someone said something pretty interesting. My guy Steve said, Bobby said Rob Williams was like a G Leaguer mid-season, so that might have aged the worst. Now, I don't know if I should use those words. Trash.
All right, let's transition that into my Rob takes. Let's go.
She questioned me, and I was like, you know what? How long have you been a true Rob fan? I was like, you know what? Let's do some damage. She said, go through my Twitter and let's see if we can find some throwback tweets. So here we go. We have
one, and I know it.
Some tweets from her. If y'all can see those dates as far back as
2020, baby.
So GRD says, very interesting that Cantor didn't play tonight. She says Brad is a big matchup guy, clearly like Rob will more in rotation more than Cantor. And then it continued. And she kept going on all seriousness. Rob Williams, this is time we've been waiting for, healthy and dominant. And the subtweet was, which Celtics player have you been most impressed with today? And then again, December 29th, 2020, play Rob Williams more. Thank you at the Celtics. It continues to 2021. I knew Rob was something special. He just didn't have a real chance to display it before with all the injuries and time he missed. I'm happy with his progress and can't wait to see him continue to thrive. Again, this is before he even got a contract or an extension or anything. This is before a lot of people knew who he was. So I got to give him credit. This is March 14th, almost a year ago, actually. I just need Rob Will to have a zillion more minutes given to him. Thank you. I can't remember who was playing above him, but he wasn't starting around this time. He might have been starting like every game here and there.
Was it Grant? Was this when it was or no, this could be the Tyson and Horford matchup, or it could be the Baines.
We didn't have Horford last year.
He wasn't here with
It was
Baines.
Tristan Thompson. I think we had Tristan Thompson. It was Tristan Thompson, Daniel Tyson. We had one other big man. I can't remember his name.
All
Because then we cut Tristan Thompson, traded Daniel Tice, and it was someone else we had traded as well. But then he got his start there.
All I know is it wasn't Rob, and that was the mistake. Anyways.
May 22nd, Rob Williams is a godsend. Well, she went godsend. And I can pray he can get and remain fully healthy, and he is the real deal. Crazy enough, he got his contract literally a month later for a bargain deal. So I got to give her credit.
Thank you.
I got to give her credit.
Yeah. No one believes me. I'm like, I saw something in him. I really like, so here's the thing. I get that like bench players usually play garbage minutes, right? And they don't really, utilize that time to the best of their abilities, whatever. I was always huge on the underdogs or the guys that didn't get enough looks or enough appreciation or enough anything. I was big on Terry Rozier, was always like, yo, this is a guy that we need to have playing more. Always said that about Terry, said it about Isaiah Thomas. I know that's a whole different story, whatever. Said it about Rob Will. And I'm never wrong about this shit. I'm never wrong. I'm just saying. I knew it when I saw Rob that he had that I will even go as far as to say that KG vibes for me.
Okay.
That's who he reminds me of. No, swear to God. He's like that, like tough, like, just everything about him. I love him. And I've been riding for him for almost 3 years now. I knew. And I'm really happy that you pulled up those receipts for me because I'm not that great with looking up receipts because I tweet 1 million times a day and I'm not going to scroll back on my phone years and years and years. It actually stops me from scrolling back. That's how much I
Someone said it was Cancer who was our team. So I forgot about that. It was Tristan Thompson and Canada that was starting over Rob Williams, which again sounds crazy a year later, but that was that was Brad's big man rotation.
That's awesome.
We are going to put up the phone here soon. We're going to finish Bree's reaction, get some callers, and we'll go to Bobby's reaction. I call Bobby's my reaction right after. Oh,
talking in third person.
Where'd it go?
They conveniently lost the feed for like.
Oh wait, I want to go back on this. Because this was
good.
God,
I didn't know you pulled this. I didn't know you pulled this.
Finals at this point is a fucking joke. So they conveniently lost the feed for like 10 minutes. So we pretty much missed like almost all of the third quarter. And it was actually kind of funny, but I was pissed because like you can't just cut off the Celtics when they're up big winning on national television. It's like they don't want to see us win.
I saw that clip and honestly it made me die. I was like, because that was actually facts.
Yeah, conveniently. No, because listen, all of the commentators and broadcasters were bored. They were like, I don't want to watch this game. Let's watch another game. Like they were literally outright just being super disrespectful. I'm like, listen, bitch, we worked our ass off to get here. You will sit and you will fucking watch it and you will like it. I don't give a fuck.
So that was the next game. Did Katie play in that game? I can't remember if I think Katie did play in that game.
No, it happened twice. It happened twice on national television too. I believe, wasn't it the Sixers? And then it was the Nets. I believe it was the Sixers. It was somebody. Was it Lakers or Sixers or somebody that was worth being on national television against? But both times, the first time that the feed cut out, I believe it was against the Sixers, right? Or was it the Nets?
I don't
remember. All I know is
it was in this game.
All I remember was I was fucking pissed. And yeah, that was like, no, you're right. I think it was the Nets, and that was when Kyrie played, and that's why it was also a big deal because he was playing in Boston, right? No, I don't know.
It's
too many games to remember, or maybe
it's been a long time. I thought it was a home game, so Kyrie wasn't playing regardless, and I think KD played. I think that's what it was because that was a dunk when that was the last game Bruno Fernando played before we traded all these players away. That was the last game before the trade deadline. So yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, I just found it super disrespectful. It was Nets in Brooklyn. Okay, so so Kyrie didn't play. KD did play, right?
I think or maybe he was hurt. No, KD was hurt because it was All-Star break. He was hurt then. I have no idea. But all I remember is we whooped their ass. That's all I remember. Tatum was dancing on him. Marcus Smart was dancing. It was a bad game for him.
It was great. It was great. But I was like, that's bullshit that they conveniently lose the feed like that. I was mortified.
I think we have one more clip, maybe two more clips left in this. And Bree, you can just tell Bree's either happy as hell or excited.
So animated and depressed. That was definitely
on national television. It's like they don't want to see us win. You've been chilling at home for 2 straight weeks, and you can't fucking beat the Blazers, bro? And you take your foot off the gas, you underestimate your competition, and you open the fucking door, and you let them walk right in, you let them eat your fucking cake, and you let them sleep with their wives. Sorry, that got too aggressive.
I don't know where I was going with that at all. I had no clue. It's just word vomit was just happening. I was so mad though.
I was going through trying to find some clips when she couldn't. I didn't want a clip. I wanted clips at the end that she didn't recommend. So I was watching some full clips. She went from just true basketball breakdown. Next thing you know, I heard something about sleeping with your wife. I was like, wait, what did she just say? The funniest thing. I laughed for 30 minutes, man. I'm not even gonna hold you. The funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Roasting Tatum and Brad. It was the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, I'm like giving you like stats. I'm giving like stats and like actually speaking basketball, and then I'm like, and then they slept with their wives because you don't know how to close out a game. So
the
annoying.
Funnier part, the fact that she apologized mid-sentence and just like made it a little quiet.
Like, wow.
The funniest thing in the world.
I'm like, that went pretty far there. I don't really know where I was even going with that statement, but basically you were all getting abused at home. That's what that was. Yeah, that was just, you don't want to catch me on a day where they lose like that because I won't talk to you for the rest of the day. That's how mad I am.
Down bad. Let's put up the phone. We haven't talked to people. It's been almost an hour here, actually. We're going to put the number up. Go ahead and give me a call. 404. I can't even remember what number. 404-494-0428. Any topics, any questions you might have. Then we're going to go to B Smooth's. I keep doing that. I'm going to go to my best, worst, or funny takes of the season so far. But hey, any questions, any comments, any debates you want to have with me or Bree, let us know. 404-494-0428. And again, if you talk too long, I'm going to cut you off. But about 2 minutes is your time frame here. Big M Jim says, Mad Bree is best Bree. Man,
yes, but no, because I don't want to be mad because that means we're losing. But yes, Mad Bree, looking back at Mad Bree and reacting to it now, being happy Bree is great. But you don't want to see Mad Bree. Ugh.
We have a caller already here. Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, man? Honestly, I've been a big fan of yours and loving the whole Celtics Corner thing. I'm always looking at you because you're the horrible Ben Simmons take.
Cool, I appreciate that, man.
I would love to. I want to see your reaction when the Boston Celtics. I want to see face the Nets in the playoffs. I want to see who you're going to root for, Kyrie or the Celtics.
I got you. Okay, so it was a little muffled, but you said you want to see who I would root for, Celtics or Nets, because Kyrie Irving is one of my favorite players. I feel you. I'll say this: I'm obviously rooting for the Celtics, but I would love for Kyrie Irving to drop 50 points in TD Garden. I would love to see that, even in a losing effort. But I would love to see the Celtics fans cheer for Kyrie because he's playing so well. Wow, we all see those performances when you see those opposing players come in, Steph Curry and NSG or LeBron and Oracle Arena, just see him turning up.
No Celtics fans should ever cheer for Kyrie.
Say it one more time. You're a little muffled, my guy.
No Celtics fan should ever cheer for Kyrie Irving.
What you mean?
Amen.
What's wrong with Kyrie?
Amen.
Kyrie Irving is the biggest detriment. Was the biggest detriment to our team's seeding.
Just not true.
And
get the Jokers out the deck. That's what Jay Brown said. I do not like his musical qualities.
I think he was a cancer to the Celtics.
Cancer.
And I wish we would have traded him, and we could have got a really good player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember I couldn't hear the last part you said, but
you wanted to trade them to get a better player.
We would have got a really good player.
Interesting. Okay, so what I will say about this is the Kyrie trade. I thought about this before. Was the best thing that ever happened to the Celtics. Number one, because we would have to pay Isaiah Thomas 5'8" child. He got to sign to his team, but 5'8" Isaiah Thomas to a $200 million deal, and who knows how that would have helped Brown and Tatum. Kyrie being on this team allowed Tatum to grow, allowed Brown to grow. Brown went from a role player to a top 4 player on the team because Kyrie was on the squad. Tatum grew offensively from Duke to the first year in the Celtics because Kyrie was on the team. It's not by coincidence.
I agree with that.
Kyrie made those two players better.
I think that Brown grew with Kyrie's absence.
Also,
Tatum grew with Kyrie's absence.
No, not. And I mean, like his.
I agree. I agree with what he's saying.
Would have signed Kemba Walker and would have got a more defensive pass first point guard, and I think that we would have at least we went to the finals that year. We faced the Heat if we had a real if Tatum was without Kemba there doing nothing. I'll
say this: if we had Kyrie Irving in that bubble series against the Heat, we win that series. We don't lose to the Heat with Kemba Walker. With Kyrie Irving. No chance.
Yo, Kyrie Irving went 6 for 25, and his solution and when they asked him what you gonna do, it wasn't pass the ball more. It wasn't get his teammates involved. It was I'm gonna shoot more.
It's Kyrie, yeah.
Even though he was breaking everything in sight.
All I'll say is this: there are certain
I
players.
agree with what he's saying.
There are certain players I'm not going to tell them to stop shooting the ball. Kobe, LeBron, Kyrie, KD. If they're having off nights, Steph Curry has them all the time. You keep shooting. So that's my thoughts. But yo, my guy, I appreciate the call. Appreciate the sentiments. Bree agrees. I kind of disagree, but I agree with him.
All right, listen. This is why I agree with him. All right, I will say one thing. I get what you're saying about maybe Kyrie helped them grow, but if you look back, there was a span of time. Remember, again, I was looking back at my videos, so I'm like trying to remember bits and pieces of what I said. There was a time where Kyrie missed like 48 games straight, like the whole season, like didn't make any of playoffs. That was when IT did really well in the playoffs, and Kyrie was just non-existent, and they actually had a winning record with Kyrie off the court, and it just seemed like they had better cohesion with Kyrie off the court. Long story short, him being absent made those guys have to step up and have to do better. Made Brown have to be that guy because they thought it was going to be Kyrie and Tatum. And so then Jalen had to step up and be that wingman for Tatum. It wasn't going to be Kyrie because Kyrie wasn't reliable. Kyrie was consistently bad for the Celtics.
Kyrie,
him leaving was the best thing that happened to the Celtics. I feel like we're on a broken record about that topic. I don't want to talk about Kyrie anymore. It's a waste of my time.
About Kyrie any day of the week. I'll end with this. Kyrie Irving came in, made Brown and Tatum better. Clearly, stat-wise, any stat you want to look at, they were better with him. And obviously, Kyrie Irving was All-NBA second team, I believe his second year because he was hurt the first year. His All-NBA second team. So obviously, you weren't that bad if you're All-NBA second team. You were a top 10 player in the world. That's all I will say. But he was awful.
That's the only reason why. That's why they're saying that that's why they're saying that Gobert might get Defensive Player of the Year over Smart or Rob because he's known for that shit. But Smart and Rob have better stats than Gobert right now. So I don't play that card. That's all like politics and favoritism bullshit.
I don't know if Rob has better stats. I'm pretty sure Gobert has more points.
I think Smart does. I sent you that
Smart
tweet.
Does, yes.
I sent you that tweet where somebody has a better record, has a better stat line right now than Gobert. And just because of who Gobert is and his resume and whatever the fuck, he might get it over Smart or over Rob just because he's that dude. It's like those guys don't get looked at twice for stuff like that. And it's kind of bullshit because they're rightfully deserving of those types of awards and recognition. And it's annoying to me, honestly.
I see Strickland. I shouldn't have put the cussing one, but he said Strickland was
let them cuss, let them be great.
He said he was 6 of 40. Duke can stop shooting the ball. Obviously not. And number 2, my fault.
Who did what now?
Purdue's actually leading St. Peter's. I forgot March Madness Sweet 16 is going on right now. We have 6 people in the building while March Madness happened. That's pretty insane. I think about it on a Friday night. Nonetheless,
I appreciate you.
What was I going to say?
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. So Kyrie Irving didn't play well in that Bucks series, which was 2018. But to be fair, we looked at the stats in a video once. No one played well. So we blame Kyrie as if Kyrie was the only player that played bad. Like this was the Heat series where Kemba was the only player that played awful and everybody else played decently well. Kyrie Irving, everyone else on the team, Tatum wasn't good. Brown wasn't good. Rozier wasn't good. But we only blame Kyrie.
I just think and just like these videos that you were showing about like, me being, optimistic about Ime and then hating Ime and then whatever, there was never a turnaround for Kyrie. It was, I was super positive about Kyrie. I'm like, yes, he's a superstar. I'm so excited, blah, blah. And then it progressively got like, oh, guys, I don't know. I was like, oh, guys, I don't know. Like, they look better when Kyrie isn't playing. And then it was, Kyrie's causing problems. Then it just went downhill. So he did, unfortunately, his personality and the person that he was didn't mesh with the team. You even had Anna Horford say you didn't know what Kyrie you were going to get that day. He was very, unpredictable in his mood, kind of a diva. Those types of attitudes don't fly here for Boston. Sorry, they don't. So, Brad wasn't going to deal with it. And damn sure Ime and Doc Rivers, none of those coaches would deal with egos like that. Not going to happen. So he just wasn't a good fit here. He was the best thing to happen to the Celtics because he left. and they got so much better when he left. I do. I agree. I think their chemistry was a lot better.
Two things, and we can go to another caller.
I'm so sick of him.
But someone said, "You're mad right now." Says Bobby Tatum grew from training with Kobe, Brown training with T-Mac. Kyrie did nothing. If you think Kyrie did nothing in practice, he just sat in a corner all season or all 2 seasons, you're just fooling yourself.
He probably just saged the court and
saged the court.
Thought that the world was flat and wrote a book and like I'm just over him.
What's wrong with writing a book? Anyway, let's continue to call in 404-494. Someone's gone. I actually hung up on you. My fault. 404-494-0428. Go ahead, give us a call. Any comments, any topics you want to talk about, go ahead and rock it through. Reading some commentary. Someone said some old school comments. I can't remember this. I forget Gordon Hayward was on the Celtics team. Celtics did better without Kyrie and Hayward. But again, that was a very small sample size. That was like 20 games. That's like saying the Memphis Grizzlies are better without Ja because they're 14-2. No, they're not.
Ja makes the team a lot better. That's kind of crazy to say that. That's crazy to say.
I've seen that. We have a call real quick, and then we can get back to that topic real quick. Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, what's good? Can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir. What's your name for me?
Word. My name's Brandon.
Brandon, my guy. What's your topic, your question? What are you trying to debate with, man?
So I just got 2 quick points I want to bring up. Before that, though, just want to say I appreciate y'all doing this. It's dope to see a good Celtic community like this. But as far as the points I want to bring up, one, I don't think it was the biggest problem at all. I respect the guy, but I think trading Dennis Schroeder was one of the biggest changes of this season. Reason being, he killed the pace. He killed ball movement. He walked the ball up the court every time we had like 9 seconds on the shot clock. By the time we had the ball past half court. And the other point I want to bring up is with trading him, I'm just so happy to see how good Peyton Pritchard's gotten. I know it's just a few games. I know he's got more to prove, but I think that he's definitely, on the trajectory to be maybe not a 6-man, but that solid role player that can, really help us in the playoffs. I'm not saying we're a championship team yet. I know there's still, plenty to be seen, but I think we're on that trajectory, and I think a guy like Pritchard can help with that.
That's perfect.
Just want to say again, appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks, Brandon. Brandon, that was an amazing take, my guy. Appreciate it. Brandon,
quick take. To the point. Everything he said was great. Yeah, so quick to the point. Everything he said was great. Not that Schroeder was bad, but you knew he was a rental because we weren't re-signing him for that.
Had to trade him.
We had to trade him regardless. Glad we got what we got for him, whatever. But I totally agree with what he's saying. He would literally, for no fucking reason at all, just let the ball roll halfway up the court, like literally every possession almost for no reason, like in the most random of times too. We're like, bro, pick the fucking ball up and let's go get some transition points. What are you doing right now? So yeah, I totally agree with that. And I also agree with the fast PP, P-Rabbit take as well. I think he's always been good. It's just, he didn't have enough time to really be consistent. I feel like he has said time and time again that, he's always ready. He's just going to stay ready. Next man up mentality. He's just like, doesn't care how much he's utilized. He's always just going to be ready to go. And I'm very, very impressed with PP.
I mess with that. I ain't mad at that. Peyton Pritchard is obviously a good player. Do I expect much in the playoffs? No, not really. A guy in his, third year? He's been here, maybe second? No, third year since he's been on the team. I don't expect a huge playoff. Obviously, he's going to play him. Obviously, Ime loves him. He's been great as a backup point guard role. I don't expect double-digit scoring in the postseason. No. Maybe a couple good minutes here and there. I think it's what I expect at best.
I agree.
We'll take one more call, and then we'll go back to the reaction videos. Pull up jumper. What's good, my guy? How you feeling? It's another cool comment. I can't remember. Where'd it go? I can't find it. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Dennis Schroeder a little bit because I know I was actually one of the people, and we're gonna talk about in the reaction video. I thought Dennis was better than Marcus Smart. That's one of my worst takes of the season because obviously
that's terrible. That's terrible.
But Dennis was a better offensive player, I believe. And obviously the whole team changed whenever Dennis got traded. I'm not going to say it's because Dennis got traded, but it just so happened to be that swing of Dennis leaving, Peyton having a bigger role, Marcus Smart knowing he was the only true point guard on the squad. So I don't know. I feel like that was a big part of Marcus's confidence.
Yeah, I don't think Dennis was like a cancer or toxic or anything. I just think that it just so happened to be coincidental that once we made those trades and once we had the All-Star break and yada, yada, that's when the tides turned and things started turning around. I don't think it's necessarily because he left. Just so happens he left or whatever.
Yo, what's up, man? You are live on the stream. My guy, can get your name.
What's good, man? This is Rob.
Rob, my guy, how you feeling?
What's good, Rob? Hey, I'm gonna be quick, man.
Yeah.
Before you picked up the phone and I called, did I just hear you say you thought Schroeder was better than Smart?
Yes, I did. We're gonna get to that later, but yes, I did say that. Schroeder, I thought he was better than Marcus Smart.
Okay. I'll wait for your take later. Never mind that. I'm gonna get my points real quick. Okay, so let me ask you this, Bobby. What's your outlook on? Because I hear you say what you thought about Kyrie's position when he was here in Boston, and I guess how he supposedly led the Jays, and was a key part in their growth and all that kind of stuff. So let me ask you this: fast forwarding up to now, what you've seen them, or how you've seen them progress since he's left, and I guess I would say the role he plays, or he's played since he's been in Brooklyn, as I guess you could say the number 2 guy at times, and maybe the number 3 when Harden was there. What do you make of all of everything that's led up to this point with your I guess, outlook that, like, let's just say he was still in Boston, would you see him as being like the number 1 guy still for this Boston team and where they would be trying to go? Versus, I mean, if that would be the case, why would he go to Brooklyn only to be the number 2 guy, or and then even 3 once they got James Harden? How do you look at that?
So, good question. So what I will say is I believe Kyrie would do the same thing that he's doing with KD with Tatum. Once Tatum at this level. But at the time, which again, remember, Kyrie left over like 2 years ago, right? Kyrie.
But remember, Bob, hold on before you finish, because you got to factor in when you say you think Kyrie would be doing the same thing. Remember this. Remember the whole big thing was Kyrie was not willing to let the Jays, I guess, somewhat, step into the roles we see now.
Yeah, because they weren't better than him. They weren't better.
Yes. So when you say you see him being in the same role with KD, how would Tatum and Brown ever get to where they are now if Kyrie was going to be in the role you felt like he should have been?
He held them
So
back.
I've always mentioned this. I've always mentioned this, that Kemba Walker was about 90% of Kyrie Irving, and Tatum and Brown grew with Kemba Walker. So I don't not believe that Brown and JT wouldn't have still grown with Kyrie Irving on the squad. So that's my take there.
You got to look at it. What's Kemba Kyrie, though?
I said 90% of Kyrie. They're very similar players. They ball dominant, love to score, not very good passers, couldn't guard anybody. Very, very similar players. So when we lost Kyrie, Kemba literally is the
completely different personalities.
And they grew pretty much with Kemba for the same reasons they kind of grew without Kyrie, because every time Kemba got hurt over those 2 seasons he's played and was out, that was when Tatum and Brown continued to evolve their game to the point to where by the time whenever Kemba came back and was healthy, he just like kind of dropped down in the pecking order. So it was kind of like a positive with a subtraction by addition, however you want to say it. But so that's why I'm just saying, like, even using that example with the Kemba thing, they kind of grew. It wasn't like Kemba just stepped back and said, "Hey, you know what? Here you guys go. You're the future. I'm an older guy." So that's why when you kind of look at it like that with Kyrie, I don't think my man Kyrie would have had that same mentality.
I think it could have worked because, again, I saw KD and Steph Curry work together. I'm not calling Kyrie Irving Steph Curry. I'm not calling Tatum Kevin Durant. But if you don't think that could have worked very similar, where JB's a Klay Thompson role and Kyrie Steph Curry and Jason Tatum's Kevin Durant, I think it could have worked perfectly fine. I think a lot of people stick on Kyrie's personality more than his play on the floor. Kyrie's skill-wise a top 10 player in the world. People hate who he is as a person, his takes, his facts, whatever. That's cool. End of the day, when you get in between the four squares. Hold on.
I'm a Kyrie fan. I like him. So
okay.
I'm not one of those guys you're speaking on right now. I like him.
All I'm saying, offensively, Kyrie Irving makes the team better. I don't know any team that doesn't want Kyrie Irving. And defensively, we've seen Brad Stevens hide bad players. It worked with Isaiah. It worked actually with Kyrie and also with Kemba Walker, where he hides bad defensive players. So I'm not saying we wouldn't have been a top 3 defensive team.
Okay,
with
one last question. I'm going to let you go. This is my last question.
Yep.
So with everything you just said, what do you think stopped Kyrie Irving from having the mentality that you're saying with all the roles you just gave to everybody? What stopped him after he's seen what those, I guess you could call them kids then, but after he's seen what they did in the playoffs without him, what do you think stopped him coming back that following season from having the exact mentality that you just said. It was obvious he didn't have it for whatever reason. So what do you think stopped that from happening that year?
I like the question. I'm going to let Bree actually answer this one. I'm going to hang up so there's no echo, but I'm going to let Bree answer this question. I appreciate you, my guy.
Cool.
Yes, sir. Bree, go ahead. Take that. I mean, what's your thoughts there?
Well, I liked what he said. I liked what he said. From what I heard or what I took from what he said was it seems as though Kyrie wasn't going to let the Jays grow, it seemed like. And I think the only reason why Kyrie wanted out from his situation and wanted to come to Boston was because he was trying to be a Batman, not Grant Williams Batman, but a Kyrie Batman, and he's just a Robin. That's why he's the Robin to KD. So I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. I think maybe he saw that they didn't need him in Boston, that Jalen and Jason, like their trajectory was going up, and they did so well with Kyrie being sidelined and absent, that Kyrie's looked at it and said, am I going to be like battling to be the first option or the Batman or the guy on this team? And I don't want that. So he left. I think he just left because he thought it wasn't worth fighting for or sticking around for. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. I'm not quite sure like what goes on in Kyrie's brain. That's a really great question. I don't even think Kyrie knows what goes on in Kyrie's brain. But I agree with what that guy said. I don't think that Kyrie wanted the Jays to get that limelight or over him. I really don't. Or to grow. I don't think there's no fucking way you tell me that if Kyrie was on this team right now, the Jays would be as good and as dominant as they are. There's no chance they would be as good with Kyrie. Because the focus would be on Kyrie and the ball would be more in Kyrie's hands. So they wouldn't have the opportunity.
As it should, because Kyrie's a better player. But I guess my thing is obviously when you take away 25 shots that Brown and Tatum take and give it to Kyrie Irving, obviously they're not going to have the numbers and the scoring number. I agree with that. However, someone said in the chat, wouldn't it be very similar to DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine? I think it'd be very similar. I think it's similar to Golden State or how the Brooklyn Nets tried with Harden, Kyrie. I think it could have worked. Now, were we going to go back and forth with Kyrie wasn't the leader? Sure. But I think Al Horford was supposed to be the leader in the team and it didn't work out. So why go to blame on Kyrie who wasn't the leader when Al Horford was the leader? That's all I'm saying. I feel like it could have worked.
That makes no sense.
If Al Horford was the leader in the locker room, why not just get the troops all together for one common goal? And again, be fair, Tatum and Brown still.
Because I don't think you can control Kyrie. I don't think you can control Kyrie.
He's his own man. He's his own. Everyone's their own man. No one's going to let anyone control him.
So that was the thing. He couldn't fall in line and be a teammate, and that's why it didn't work. Moving on. I'm so done with Kyrie Irving. Glad he's gone. Let's fucking move on. Hope you play Toronto and hope you can't play. Moving on.
I like this comment here, Darius. Kyrie wasn't the entire problem, but he was a big problem. I would agree with that. I like that. Now, we're going to turn off the phones for a quick second because someone else is calling me again. We're going to pick some calls up. We're a little over an hour. We have still a couple cool things to do. We have my worst and best takes. We have a little trivia game for Bree to play. We got some cool things in the building. But I guess let's go to Bobby's best and worst takes. Now, mine obviously are just clips from random ass videos where I might have said some stupid stuff or some smart stuff. I don't know. Let's get into this. Hopefully, it's not too loud. I'll turn it down a bit. There we go. So far in the NBA season. Okay. Hold on. So in this clip, make sure I make sense.
Is it from this year?
Everything's in last year, calendar year. Yes. Okay. So in this video, I'm talking about Grant Williams. It's a little montage pre-clip. I don't know. Let's get into it. So far in the NBA season, we've seen the ups and the downs. The growing pains of championship teams, the battle-tested up-and-comers, the rising stars of the NBA. But what if I told you about a player who came back from the failures of his career? A player whose fans booed him when he got drafted over another. A player that used to airball layups. A player that used to airball threes to Africa. A player that didn't know his role on the defensive side of the floor. What if I told you about that player? What if I told you that this same player ended up being the best shooter in the NBA 3 games in? Would you believe my story? Would you believe the story if I told you he currently has the best shooting percentage on the team? Would you believe my story? I want to say this stuff. So in that video,
wait, time out. I just need to give props to your narrating voice because that's epic. Love that.
So
you didn't even mention that his nickname was Ofer. That was probably one of the best things you could have entered in on that.
So I think at this time he actually made a shot. This was early this season when he was like 48% from three. He couldn't miss. It was actually insane. And I was joking around this video saying that eventually he's going to start missing shots. No, he didn't. He's still like 41% from three.
That's why he's my most improved player, not Rob.
That's true.
He's my most improved player because Rob's always been good. But Grant, his evolution. Check my tapes. We've already discussed this.
We can continue. I think we have like 2 or 3 of them. They're kind of short, but there we go. So, all right. So in this next clip, this is actually how I met Guy Boston Sports, a pretty good friend of mine. Shout out to Evan. But in this video, I talk about we should have picked Evan Fournier over Marcus Smart. Yes, I was wrong. I'm going to say it now. I was wrong. Evan Fournier is honestly trash. But I thought Marcus Smart was also trash as well. So that's why.
Well, wait. Was this Grant Williams' take? Was this Grant Williams' take you saying that you hated Grant? Or is this just his evolution?
It was more of a troll video of trolling his evolution because I thought he was going to be a bust. That was 3-4 games.
Oh, okay. So it was a sarcastic.
I was very sarcastic video.
Gotcha. Okay, you didn't explain that. That's why I was like, "This is a good take." What are we talking about?
But yeah, it ended up being a good take to be smooth. I'll take that. So someone said the voiceover and music in the background is legend. I appreciate that. That was a double video there. So yeah, here's this. This is reacting to Marcus Smart getting his new contract. This is August 16th of last year.
Again, not hating the player. Why though? Someone tell why. Is Marcus Smart a good player?
Yes.
Yeah, he's okay. He's pretty decent. Is Marcus Smart going to help? Is Marcus Smart going to be the player that puts you over the top on anything? No. Marcus Smart is a better version. This might sound painful. Marcus Smart is a better version of Patrick Beverley. But
so that's what got a lot of people mad. There is the Patrick Beverley comparison.
Patrick Beverley.
He's all right.
I like him. He's annoying in the best way.
But I think a lot of people also are upset about when I said he's not going to put you over the top. And I'm going to ask you this question straight up to Bree, everyone in the chat. Do you think the Nets can win the title this year? Just straight up, yes or no?
The Nets?
Yeah,
can they?
Brooklyn Nets.
Yes, they can. Yes.
Oh, you think?
But my question was. Wait. You're trying in this whole video right here. You were complaining about Marcus Smart getting a contract over Fournier.
Because this was around the time when we let Fournier go. Yes, I said that we should have picked Fournier over Smart. Yes, I was wrong. Y'all say it now.
That's terrible.
But yes. So again, Fournier was a good
I just
shooter.
needed to know what this was what we were. I didn't know if you were just complaining about the contract extension, or if you were trying to say that he's better than Fournier at that point, and that's who you wanted over Marcus Smart.
Yeah, I wanted Fournier. I wanted a shooter next to Brown and Tatum. I don't think Smart's raised his 3-point percentage by a little bit. It's not very good, but he's been better than I thought he would be.
I thought he did have a decent 3-point percentage.
I think it was at 33-34%. Someone check that for me, but I think it's like under 35, which is, again, that's league average is 35. So it was okay. It wasn't terrible. But we got another take, though. I think this is about Jason Tatum's first game
of Patrick Beverley. But Tatum was just nowhere to be found. But I guess people kept saying again in the live stream, like, Bobby, it's only one game. Well, obviously it's one game, but we're in this one game. Let's try to win this one game.
That was a take of me saying, people always comment in the time. Oh, it pissed me off so much. People saying, yo, Bobby, it's only one game. Don't complain about it. Move on. Number one. Okay, I hate this face. I'm making hold of me. But one thing I never love, because what I do, I'm a content creator. If I don't make every game feel important, then I'm not doing my job. Then why would someone watch my videos for a month if the games don't matter in that sense? So
hence why I said regular season games matter. Hello. You just said what I just said.
Sure, but for content reasons, I guess I go on the other side.
Every game matters.
I will say every video I try to make, I want it to make it matter.
Yes, there you go.
So yes, I like to react to videos. I make my compilations because if you guys don't care, then why the hell would I care? That's kind of how I do it. So that's why that Tatum, again, if you saw that stat there, Tatum was 7 of 30 in the debut game. This one Brown went for like 40
way too many
against the Knicks. He was terrible. And this again, Tatum started the year he was awful.
Yeah.
I think he had 40 points in this game. But our next tape is against Bree's favorite player, Juan Hernangomez. So people hated me when I was saying Juan
Hernangomez he was gone.
Let's listen to this one.
Damn, but for Huncho? For Juancho? My first initial thought, well, who the hell is this?
Exactly.
What does that mean from Conor McGregor?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Tatum. So when I said that take, a lot of people got so pissed. Like, Bobby, Juan's going to be our 3 and D. He's going to be our best player next to Brown and Tatum. No one says a damn thing now. Homie never rode. Oh my Lord, never played. Never freaking played. I don't even know what happened.
So much. Could have been the bus driver. No idea.
Someone tell me what team he's on. I think he got
zero idea. I think
so.
When we picked up Bol, didn't he go to that team?
That was Denver. So we traded him to Denver. Then they might have cut him because I definitely didn't see him.
Maybe yeah, I think Denver. they might have released him, as they should. That was just
Juancho was on the Jazz. Interesting. Yeah, he was garbage. Just absolutely terrible. Now this thing is the last take. This again is we were talking about this earlier. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Tatum, congratulations. The very first game. Okay, that's a lie. Maybe the second or third game this season where Tatum actually has more points than field goal attempts. Thank the Lord. I'm happy. And again, I do not like saying I told you so. If anyone knows me, that's a damn lie. I love saying it. But I want people to give me my damn respect. Dennis Schroeder, 38 points. Yes, he had 6 turnovers, but leave that alone. He had 38 points, 3 assists, 8 rebounds. He was 16 of 27 with 38 points. I need people to start putting my respect. I have said literally from, honestly in the offseason, but I have said it from day one. Marcus Smart does not need to be our point guard. Let Dennis Schroeder be our point guard.
Oh, man, that was bad.
But you know what? I just looked at that. When you put up that box score, no Brown. Brown was not on that box score. So clearly he was filling in those points that Brown, then those shots that Brown wasn't taking because Brown wasn't in the game.
But still, 38 points. I don't think Marcus Smart's ever touched higher than 35. 38 points is insane. On good efficiency,
yeah, but Marcus
16
Smart,
to 27?
Marcus Smart doesn't need to score that high. That's not his role. His role is to be a facilitator now. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me finish this thought, and then I have another thought. His goal is to be a facilitator and a defensive threat in fucking force. And let me just tell you, they did a post-game presser with Marcus Smart. I believe it was either after the Jazz game or after the 4-game road trip sweep. And they were basically just talking to him about like how he feels now, whatever. And listen, I already told you, I don't follow college, so I wouldn't have known this. But Marcus Smart said, I played point guard in college. I was drafted as a point guard. That is what I've been known to play. That's my position. So now I'm happy that I'm finally where I'm supposed to be in my rightful position, quote unquote. So he feels so much more comfortable in that role. And I think that's what he should have been doing all along. I mean, granted, yes, we've had great point guards that obviously would get to play over Smart. So he needed to, fit in where he could fit in. But now that position is up for grabs, essentially, he absolutely should be a point guard. And also, I'm going to keep talking because I don't know how to shut up. But I was literally watching an NBA TV game, or it was an ESPN game. It was one of the games where I was listening to broadcasters other than Mike and Scal talk about a different game. I believe it was like, let's say it was a Sixers game or something. And the point was, the guy was like, there's really no true point guards anymore. Like, you see so many different people bringing up the ball. Like, it doesn't need to actually, you know what? Sorry, I lied. It was Scal. It was Scal who said it. And Scal was basically saying, you see Tatum bring up the ball sometimes. You see Al bring up the ball sometimes. You see Brown. Like, it doesn't need to just be like you're a true point guard. That's all you do. Like I feel like the 1 through 5 spots, like they're not so set in stone anymore. Like other people can do other positions.
Yeah, that positionless basketball that Brad implemented a couple years ago, it works. It's all over the league now. When you see teams literally run 4 shooting guards and a big man, and they're just
that's fine. What I'm saying, or 2 bigs or whatever. Like positionless basketball, I agree. Like I think that's the new wave of the NBA right now, and I'm fine with that. 100%. But I agree that Marcus Smart should be, when he's on the court, the point guard who's doing the most passing and facilitating, because I think he's gotten so much better at it. He's gotten great with his shot selection and not taking the shittiest shots in the world. And I'm like, please stop that. Don't do that. He's key. More looking to pass first now, which is great. And
that's something I've asked for.
I'm very happy.
He used to take shots like he was Steph Curry last year, and he was shooting terrible. And but I saw a throwback name I haven't seen in a long time. Brandon Maxwell, I think you actually called in. My player, I was dead wrong about James Young. I thought he was going to be a baller. James Young is a throwback. That's like 2014.
That's very throwback. And wasn't he just a bench player? Like, he didn't really
drafted him in the first round, never played, and got cut shortly after. I think I saw another.
So that was probably when I was talking about like, oh, Tyler Rozier was someone to watch, or Rob Will was someone to watch. I think that's what he was referring to when we were talking.
So now people are just throwing in random bench players. RJ Hunter, I remember him. Fab Melo. Yabusele. Like there's some just
oh boy,
man,
those are
and obviously
great.
Romeo Langford now too. Being a bad take. Y'all continue comment some of your bad takes, draft or free agency wise as well. Now, I do love playing games. I think I'm one of the best at it. Low-key, I think I have a winning streak of 4 straight of just fooling people every single week. And you know what? It makes me happy.
Listen, I was doing so well on this show today. You're going to fucking embarrass me in front of all my people? I have to embarrass you.
I got to. We have 65 people again.
Bring me down a notch. It's fine.
920. Also, hit the like. I don't see the likes right now, but hit the like button as well. It's free. Little thumbs up button. Let's get into this. Y'all know the favorite game to play. Smooth Choices. The multiple choice game brought to you by SeatGeek. Again, promo code BeSmooth at checkout. SeatGeek.com. Get $20 off your first purchase. Baseball coming up in a month. $20. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Let's go.
Here
baseball.
We go. Now, I'm trying to remember what this game is. Okay, the game is this.
Obviously, you made the game. You don't remember it.
Almost forgot what the game was. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now here we go. Now we all know Bree loves her team. Bree die hard for her team. Bree knows everything from top to bottom about her squad.
I didn't say that.
Well, we're gonna see how good she is today because today we're doing more of a statistical game. I'm gonna have some stats on the screen, and she's gonna guess, multiple choice wise, which player is currently averaging those stats on the screen.
Oh, okay. Maybe I can do this, actually. Okay,
we'll see.
Let's do it.
Again, the chat, comment the answer down below, and let's get on to it.
I can't see. Also, guys, I don't see the chat, so I'm not going to, like, copy you, so don't worry about it.
First question up, which player is currently averaging 5.8 points, 40% from 3, and 1.9 assists per game? You see the options on the screen, right?
My guess is either Neesmith or Pritchard because I feel like Grant would have a higher points per game because he plays more than all of these people. I would never say Cornette. Well, wait a second, actually. That's kind of tricky because it could be Cornette because anytime he goes into the game, he shoots a 3 for some odd reason, and sometimes it goes in, but I don't know if that'd be 40% worthy. Fuck, this is annoying. I think Pritchard would have a higher average, but he hasn't played much, so I don't know. Fuck. Okay. 40% from 3. 40%. All right, Pritchard. Fuck it.
She's going Peyton Pritchard. People in the chat saying D, C, just people just spamming random letters. The answer is
it Pritchard?
It is
yes! Oh my God, Pritchard. Yes.
Now she struggled with that first one.
Yeah, the reason why I struggled with it was because the average points was too low for me when I looked at that for a second. But then I realized in reality, he hasn't really been playing as much as he should. So that does make sense. In some games, he doesn't score at all. So I think that's fine. I think that's okay. All right. That is the answers.
So yeah, he definitely is playing a lot more. I think he's averaging like almost 10 points a game now, but obviously in the season he didn't play to start like the first month and a half.
Right,
so
that's what I'm saying. Like it didn't seem high enough, but if we're looking at the whole season, now that makes sense. Yeah.
Next question up. That was the first one.
That's so
Which
exciting.
player is currently averaging 27 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 4.3 assists? We see the options:
so
Brown, Smart, Tatum, or
Brown. That's Tatum or Brown. I know that they're like neck and neck with those averages. The rebounds, though, the assists.
I wish I had Jeopardy music in the background. I wish I had that.
I know, right? You should have. You're so unprepared. This isn't like you.
Here?
I think it's. Fuck. I think it's. Tatum. I think it's Tatum because I think he has more rebounds than Brown. So yeah, that's my guess. Tatum.
Okay, cool. Right. She goes Tatum. Some people go A. A lot of people actually go in A. The answer is Jason Tatum.
I'm gonna break my mic. Sorry, all of your ears.
She's going back to back. It's 2 for 2. Low key, I thought.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Yo, I'm smarter than I thought.
She got the first 2, but now y'all realize I gotta turn up the heat a little bit.
I'm taking my wins. I got 2 for 2. Let's just quit now while I'm ahead.
Here we go. She's at 40% so far. Let's go. Number 3. Which player is currently averaging 9.9 points, 9.6 rebounds, and 2.0 assists?
Williams, okay, so I'm gonna go right away with Williams because I'm gonna say Robert Williams for sure. And the reason why I say this is because He had a little rocky start at the beginning. I remember making videos being like, where did Rob go? I don't know. But I know for the past couple of weeks, he's been averaging a solid double-double with 2 blocks per game for the most part. So I'm assuming if I'm looking at averages, that means that his points per game and rebounds per game aren't yet at the double-double mark, but they will towards the end of the season. So that would be my guess. Rob, give it to me, Rob. Is it Rob?
Everyone looks like they're going Rob, and Rob Williams it is.
Dude, I should win
did better
money
than last week. She did better than last week, 60%.
Yeah,
now, let's see if you can get a hundo.
Listen,
here.
no. I told you I'm not a college basketball person, so I knew I was losing that trivia game. Shouldn't have even entered. There was no way. My God,
Let's go to question 4. Which player is currently averaging 10 points, 3.3 rebounds, and 3.3 assists? Smart, White, Hauser, or Daniel Tice?
Okay, so I think you're tricking me here. I think it's Derek White because I think Smart has a higher assist per game because recently he's been averaging a double-double, or like at least like the assists have been in the 10s or more. He obviously had that season high with 13 assists the other day. 3.3 is too low, I think, for Smart. I really do. I think it should be higher. Okay, Derek White. I think
she's going Derek White. I see a lot of B's in the chat. Answer is, and again, it is Derek White.
I'm so good with my logic, guys. Oh my God.
I'm impressed a lot.
I know
I didn't think she was going to do this. She was breaking down the logic. I thought you were going to start guessing names.
Because I really don't look at stats, really. I just look at my eyeballs and my gut.
Last question. She's trying to go above 5 for 5 today. Here we go. Which player is currently averaging 10 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 3.3 assists? Horford, Neesmith, Daniel Tice, or Jaylen Brown? She's confident in Horford.
Because Brown is higher than 10. The rebounds is what gives it away for sure. Tice hasn't even played not more than 5 games. Neesmith is a bench rider.
He did start for the Rockets all season before he got traded. Are you sure you don't want to go? And Daniel Tice was starting. He was starting center for the Rockets before you traded.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. So this average has to do with
the entire season.
Not the Celtics? Season.
No, not at all.
Oh, nope. I still think it's Horford. Don't try and confuse me like this.
People in the chat looking a little confused. Now they're stumbling. They're stuttering. Okay, here we go. The answer is...
I don't think it's Tice. Is it Tice?
It is Al Horford. I tried to get
You tried to trick me, you asshole.
It didn't work. She goes 5 for 5.
My God. Listen, let's just frame this. Like, I need this video to be sent and posted everywhere. I'm so shocked with myself. I'm so impressed.
I'm impressed. I didn't think that was going to happen. That's my first L in the trivia game.
Did I.
I'm going back. I'll be back here next week. I'm going to give her a better trivia game because she got that a little too easy.
That was really good. No, that wasn't like it was a bad trivia game. That was really good.
Someone was keeping score? What is going on here? 5-0. All right, I like this.
I'm so impressed with myself. Like, holy shit. I'm very happy right now.
The logic and play was absolutely insane. I will say this. We're going to put the colors back on the screen. Yeah, you like
the way I critiqued it? I was like, okay, this seems too low. This seems too high. I was very impressed with myself. I'm going to definitely...
Someone said, is that White stats only? So no, that was everyone's stats. There were the actual team stats according to Basketball Reference. So all season. But no, I appreciate that. That's what you get when you watch every game. Look at Landon.
Yes, thank you, Landon.
She even said she didn't get it.
Yeah, that's right. We have no fair weather fans up in here, right? I should get a prize. I should be able to take down these LeBron posters because I'm so sick of staring at them. And then we should just put all Celtics wall. You can keep Kobe. You can keep Jordan, but literally this whole side of your wall needs to just be Celtics. No.
Literal
put that above
King
your bed.
James.
Put that above your bed and put the Celtics on your wall because that's what the people want to see. They don't want to look at fucking LeBron James's face when we're doing a Celtics broadcast.
Now, speaking of Celtics stuff on the wall, I mentioned this before I started the stream, that this space here is kind of empty, right? And I think it's time that maybe Bree allows me and helps me out to pick what goes here. Now, we can do this. Someone said get a Jason Tatum poster. We'll see what they got. I'm a little
Would you ever do like a framed jersey? Like I like having a jersey, like to throw it. Like
I don't know if I could frame it.
Why not?
But what about? Because I mean that'd be a big frame, right? Is that frame actually? You just hang it up with.
You can get a frame to fit a jersey, or you could just hang the jersey and then put like a little frame too.
So you know what I'll do? let's go. We might cop a jersey here. We might just rock with that. Now, I'm going to allow Bree to pick which player jersey I then buy.
Oh, that's
now the question is, because she won, she can buy any player, any current player on the Celtics.
Oh, you want it to be current? See, that's a risk.
Player. So she can pick Sam Hauser and she can pick Jason Tatum. Let's see which one I'd rather have, but we'll let you know. Let me pull up the screen here, make sure I have my address. But we will find a cool site.
Do you want to be? Don't feel pressure to do a jersey. If you want to do a poster, I'm fine with doing a poster. Let's look at posters. Again. Let's do posters. Jersey's kind of expensive.
We have appreciate all the people in the chat. Appreciate the people in the chat always help me out regardless. Let's see here.
Let's look at posters, and then let's say this: if we make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, then you buy a jersey.
Oh, I like. I'll shake your hand on that bet there. I like that. I like that bet there.
All right, let's start small. We'll do a poster. If they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, we'll grab a jersey because you should have one anyways.
I actually do have a Jaylen Brown jersey somewhere, but
okay.
Let's see. I want to make sure my address is hidden here. I'm trying to find some cool. What's other good websites? Someone tell me a website that I can use to find some Celtics. Because Amazon's kind of bad here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Any cool Celtics poster websites, not something scammy, something official like NBA.com or I don't know. Let me know. But we'll see if we can hop this on the screen.
Did you check that like Boston Pro Shop? Was it too expensive to ship to you?
Yeah, the shipping. I couldn't do that shipping. So if it has to be at least nationally.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know why I was about to say international as if Atlanta is not.
Oh, wrong screen. What the hell am I doing? Okay.
I'm showing me winning again. That's all.
There we go. I was trying to show the other screen. There we go. I think you can't type in websites in your chat if you guys are doing that. You have to just type in the regular name, and I have to do it from there. But here we go.
Ooh, I like the melting basketball looking one. That's fun.
So
that one.
That's
look, and they're so cheap. Let's just buy all of them.
I don't know about all of them. Let's calm down. We didn't get shown that one. Someone said Bobby should buy you a Celtics Kyrie jersey. Now that'd be kind of fire. That's a throwback right there.
They're all in the trash. If you want to find them, they're all
kind of ugly. Looks like the old school, like rookie year Tatum. I don't want that.
I don't like that one. He looks very young in that one. Very. Look at that face. Yeah. That's
the what's it called? I'm blanking out.
Banners.
Championship banner thing is kind of cool. But the question is, if they win another one, then no longer we have another one. We actually have a super chat to pop up on the screen. Shout out to K-Lex with a $5 dono. Tatum dunking on LeBron post would be cool. That would be kind of clean.
Imagine that's in the middle of both LeBron posters.
That messes up the aesthetic of the room, bro. That would be
so funny. Oh my God, that's awesome. I would
appreciate
love
the donation, man.
That would be hilarious.
I actually do
someone
have this
buy
one,
him that.
Obviously, this is right behind me there. This is a fire ass poster, man.
I was gonna say you literally have that right now. You know what else? You see this thing? You see this thing that I have? Look
it's like the yeah.
You should get something like this because I love this thing.
What is that?
It's basically like a felt like.
It's like a pennant almost.
Yeah, like a pennant. Like I just like texture and I like things to pop. So like I want something different than a poster on your wall. If that makes any sense. Like at that Boston Pro Shop, they literally had like flags kind of. It's kind of but like you can put it on your wall. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to describe what I'm talking about. But
someone said, does TD Garden sell official jerseys? I would hope the official store would sell jerseys.
They do. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait, that's a good question. No, I think so. The TD Garden has their own pro shop. I believe
this is kind of cool.
Licensed.
Hold on, let me. That's kind of cool there.
That is.
It looks like Robert Parrish, McHale, and Bird.
Okay.
With the Bad Boy Pistons in the background. I don't like the frame. I don't hope it doesn't come with the frame. That frame is ugly, but that is pretty fire. With probably a fake signature, but that's pretty cool. I don't know if you're rocking with this one. They have.
Oh, I love that. The wall art. That's sick.
I'm pretty sure these are massive, but I don't know where I can put this. Maybe above.
Yeah, just get rid of LeBron. I'm telling you.
See, King James got to stay, but maybe right here, maybe kind of nice. I don't know.
Nope.
But that's kind of fun. I don't know what game is going on there, but
that's really cool. It looks like a red. It looks like a red team.
Maybe a Cavs or a Heat. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. What the hell is this?
Yeah, see the
like
banner
an old school. This looks like a flag almost.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Kind of like that, but like that one's kind of boring.
Again, another Tatum dunking on him.
Ooh.
Now they just got random trees in the background. What am I looking at here? This would be kind of. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but why the fuck is Morris in there?
Wait, what in the world?
That is so
Al
random.
Horford's there too. What is going on?
I literally,
whoever made this.
If Morris could get removed and like Tatum goes there, and then I mean, as much as respect that I do have for Al Horford, Al Horford can also exit stage left of that poster. Who made that? That is so.
Shout out to this person. It's a cool little.
That is the most random thing I've ever seen.
Someone said, "What's that?" This is Amazon, man. This is Amazon.com. This kind of cool here, like a trading card for Larry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, with Oakley.
Well, I'm kind of on my KG Paul Pierce vibes. I mean, I love Larry Bird, but he was before my time. I'd rather stay more like
semi-recent.
Yeah, semi-recent, like Tatum Brown, or go the good old days, Ray, Rondo, KG, Pierce.
Okay, Jesus Christ, that is going to get me banned here. My Lord, what the hell was that? This is kind of, I might get this Mamba mentality. That's definitely kind of fire.
I gotta
make sure. I saw something cool around this lady that's on my screen. So let me just
yeah, I don't know what's happening there. Did you type in Boston Celtics or just Celtics? That's probably what's happening.
I think I just typed in Celtics.
Yeah, you gotta type in Boston Celtics because then you have like weird cool shit.
But only problem is it looks like definitely an old JB with the fro rocking, but
yeah, we gotta get braided cool. G.
Okay, scroll down. There we go. I think we're safe now. Looks like a mouse pad. No, it's a blanket actually. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, I'm in the weird stuff. I'm in the weird section.
Yeah, you're getting like to where the pages are getting way too weird.
Let's try this again here.
Did you try NBA Store or Fanatics.com?
Let's try that actually.
Yeah, try NBAstore.com, Fanatics.com. Those are more nationally like branded websites other than Amazon. Like Amazon's great, but I don't think Amazon has the best options. I got this app, Amazon. Hold on. Oh, and I thought it was bigger, but it's fucking tiny.
I thought that was an actual cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of fire.
Isn't that cute? But yeah.
What is it? A magnet? What is it?
No, it's just like I could just clip it up here, whatever, but it's too small. But yeah, I buy a lot of random Celtics memorabilia.
Let's see. All right, making sure I'm good here. I think we're good. So this is the NBA Store Celtics version. I'm trying to find maybe poster section. I guess I'm not blind or what.
Maybe type in the search bar, like Celtics. See where it says collectibles? Maybe that's it. That section. Yeah. Celtics. Just poster. Yeah. Art. There it is. Collages, art.
Who the hell's paying $500 for? Hey, y'all got money then, man. Oh man, y'all got that one, chief. That's kind of cool. That little Tatum little doll, I guess.
Oh my god, that's so cute. You're gonna have to put up a shelf and put like bobbleheads.
I am mad about that. Someone said Tatum dunk poster. I don't know which Tatum dunk you're talking about. If that's LeBron one, that's kind of old. I don't know. Someone could say get a fat head. Fat heads are like 2007, man. I don't know about a fat head, man. I don't know what.
Yeah, not a fat head.
This is really
I love that KG poster.
Oh, that is kind of clean.
That is dope.
Only $10
I really like that. Oh, I really. Oh, look at look at Time Lord. Oh my god, I love that. Oh my god.
I don't know why KCP has to be in the picture, but Smart, Tatum.
Look at the background.
And Williams. Daniel Gafford's pissed. Whatever.
You know what you really should do? You should actually frame that picture that the Celtics just posted up today of Pritchard practicing, and then Smart's in the background wearing literal slippers and a robe, and his hair looks a mess. That's probably the best photo I've ever seen in my entire life. And I would have that framed immediately. Just saying.
So
I like the see the Pierce thing. Oh, $500. We're gonna just stay away. We should section this low to high.
Again, these got some cheap. $10 for you. I don't know if this is like a fake poster or what's going on, but that's definitely a
maybe they're not like huge. You got to check the dimensions. I never read the details of shit, so that's kind of where. Oh, you can pick the size. Oh, that's perfect.
So this is 25 bucks. Is 16 by 20 is actually the size of my Celtics one actually. So that actually works. This actually is pretty cool. I like these. I ain't mad about these.
I really like the KG one too.
I think the KG one might, because obviously LeBron's pissed here. Maybe
face.
KG pissed. This is kind of clean.
Look at that
16
face.
16 by 20. Number 14. I like these. The item most
I like those
3
a
days.
lot.
Hold on. I like this.
No way. That's so much better. Oh, also, I actually have. Wait, what website are you on?
This is
I actually
NBA.com.
have promo codes. I have promo codes, and also you can use the code NBA 49 for free shipping. But we got to get up to $49. So let's just buy a bunch of posters.
We can. Someone said Tatum dunking on LeBron from behind.
Maybe you can Google that, and maybe it'll be on. I mean, not Google. Look, like search it in either Fanatics or NBA store. They might have it. I'm so glad we're positively influencing you to put more green on your wall.
I thought there was a lot of green in this poster here, but a lot of people want more, right? Again, I want something in this space.
Listen, if you are a Celtics fan, yes, you need more Celtics on your NBA shrine of a wall.
I love the Celtics. I also love the NBA. That's why I have my favorite player, the best player, and rest in peace, Mamba. So I don't know. The KG picker is fire. I might just go with this one. That is definitely a clean. I thought Amazon would have it. They don't have it, but they're basically the same price on all these different sites, actually. No, I'll put that.
NBA store isn't bad. I'll send you those the promo codes I have. Hopefully
appreciate that. Price locked in for a limited time. What the hell are you talking about? What?
Oh shit! KG just reposted my stories.
So, speaking of that, Bree obviously is turning famous on us. Bree's getting reposted by Glenn Big Baby Davis, by KG all the time. I don't know what the hell's going on.
KG just reposted 2 of my stories at 8:00. Oh fuck! I haven't been paying attention.
K-Lex says KG. Either get more Celtics posters or paint your wall green. Well, number one, this is definitely not my room or my house, so I'm not going to paint the wall green. Even when I get an apartment, I don't know about painting the wall green. It's kind of a weird color. Green. So I will rock with the the neutral colors. I don't know. But now KG at that Celtic picture on the stanchion, maybe I don't know what you call it. I definitely mess with that. We have an hour 40. I would love to take some more calls if anyone has some questions, some debates, some cool topics. I found a poster to fit this little empty space we have. Come here in 3 days. I don't know. It's kind of cool. And also, one thing I want to do, I know it's soon my birthday month. I want to do something really cool with a giveaway. We're going to do some cool giveaways. Maybe a jersey. Maybe some cool posters. We'll see. Something about a Celtics fan having multiple LeBron photos seems weird. It's like a Celtics fan having a fan had 2 Brady jerseys. It's just weird. Well, yeah, if the guy was growing up in this era, then yeah. But I guess the difference is they had Big Ben, so Big Ben would have been that guy's childhood hero growing up. Celtics, they weren't it. LeBron James was it. LeBron James from high school was the best player. He was best player at 21, 23, 25, and still the age of 37, still better than most people in the NBA. So I rock with LeBron. Everything he does off the court and on the court, I mess with it. No one else touches him off the court. Someone said, sorry, Bobby, but Bree rocks. I haven't heard that phrase in a long time, but I appreciate it.
Well, I branded ourselves, me, you, and Jags, the big 3. So we are the big 3 of Celtics Corner, coming to you live. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm just geeking over the fact that KG reposted my shit again. Sorry.
Shout out to Bree. I guess the question would be, who is who in the big 3? Am I KG?
I'm KG.
Here? Okay, she's KG. Okay. Now,
I swear the most, motherfucker.
I'll take Ray Allen then, and or what's his name? Jazz can take Paul Pierce because Ray Allen, obviously, the dog in him. Maybe a little traitor every once in a while.
Yeah,
I'll take the Ray Allen side.
Yeah, you're definitely the Ray Allen.
I'm definitely the hater of all of the club here. I'll definitely go.
Yeah,
Ray
yes,
Allen.
You're the most controversial for sure. And actually, that's perfect. I'm KG because I'm crazy. He's Paul Pierce because he's like the most like level-headed one, and then you are definitely I'm KG all day. And Be Smooth, you are definitely Ray Allen. Reliable, fire at the 3-point line.
100% reliable.
You're very selfish, and you'll leave us for something better tomorrow.
I'm not sure about that. Maybe another LeBron poster right here. Who knows?
Get this LeBron poster out of here.
I forgot to turn on the phone actually, but Power 2 just saying it's a person that grew up in the Pierce era in 1990. Yeah, I was born in 1998, my guy. So that doesn't even is rough on me. Now we can turn on the phones if you guys want to give us a call at 946. I also just saw that St. Peter's beat Purdue. St. Peter's a 15 seed. They're making the Elite Eight.
No way, they did it again?
They won by 3 points, came back from down 10. Shout out to St. Peter's, man. That's kind of crazy.
City. So I was just told that they don't even have their logo on their warm-ups.
Yeah, they literally are cheap.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But no, I played D3 softball for a literal state school, and we still had the money to put our logo on a jumpsuit, whatever the fuck. So the fact that they can't is mind-blowing to me. That's weird as fuck. They need to get that shit together. That's embarrassing. You're on TV and you can't even rep your own team on your warm-ups? What? That's embarrassing.
If you want to give in a call, have a topic, debate, have a good question, 404-494-0428. Go ahead and give us a call, and we can answer that thing here soon. Excuse me. We found a poster, so we're successful. Bree was 5 of 5. We're picking the KG one, the one with his
yes, love that
head on the wall here. Someone said I'm old enough that I was happy when Bird was drafted. Okay, I'm sorry. I got no disrespect to you, my guy. Appreciate you watching. Bird was drafted
in
Thank you. 77, right? 76? What year was that? Someone let me know. It was in the 70s or late or early 30s. Early 80s. We got a phone call. I was saying, yo, for you watching us, man, I appreciate that. All love
That's
from
so
5-year-olds
nice.
to
I appreciate that.
Man. That's awesome. Let me start with this call real quick.
He probably hates that I swear every 2 seconds. Was he the one that said to not
Yo, what's
swear?
up, man? You were live on the channel, my guy. How you doing?
I did her earlier. Thank you for answering me twice. I wanted to disagree with you. What your opinion on role players doesn't help win championships? I think role players are very important to winning championships.
Okay, so you got to help me. I don't know if I said that today or a couple of streams ago, but
I don't remember you saying it today. But what is?
I don't think it was today, but I think I would love to know what I said in the moment. However, I guess what I was trying. You got probably have to mute me in the background.
Said superstars. Sorry.
Win championships.
So yeah, superstars win championships. Yeah, I definitely said that then.
Yeah, superstars win championships, and I think role players win champions. I think at least in the modern NBA, role players.
So I don't know about that one, Chief. If you look in the last 15, 20 years in the NBA, I couldn't name one team that role players helped them win. I'm not gonna say help them win. What a reason why they won. Which one? Name one.
Dallas.
With Dirk Nowitzki averaging 25 points a game.
But they didn't win just because of Dirk. They won JT.
What?
Terry. They had they had Marion.
Yeah, Jason Kidd. They had Peja.
Deshaun. Wait,
Tyson Chandler.
I forget his name. But yeah, that was a role players, a whole bunch of role players on that team, and one superstar.
Yeah,
and they beat 3 superstars.
Yeah, we're acting like Dirk was not phenomenal. The reason why they won the series was because of Dirk.
But they won because of the role players. The role players that guarded LeBron and kept the good role players that Dirk won, but they won because of the role players. Those role players were a huge part of that championship.
I'm sorry, I'm disagreeing with that. Dirk was the reason they won that. If Dirk got hurt and missed 2 games, that team's not helping them win. I'm sorry. Jason Terry and Jason Kidd with Tyson Chandler is not helping them win anything. Dirk was the reason why they won.
You need role players, but it wasn't just like Dirk scored every point and Dirk guarded everybody. When it comes to defense, role players do all the dirty work. Yeah, the stars. That's just, again, it was 1 star against 3 stars.
Yeah.
So the Heat had most of the stars. So then the Heat should have won then because there's 3 stars in that team.
So there's more star power. I see what you're saying.
Had 1 star, maybe half a star, and like Jason Kidd.
Bree, go ahead.
I get what he's saying. I think he's saying that don't downplay the role of role players because they will help you. They're more consistent. You need 5 players to win a game.
100%.
I get that.
Hey, man, I appreciate the call, man. I always appreciate the ring, man. Shout out to homeboy. I guess what I will say is that the NBA is a sport that's different than most other sports because sports like baseball and the NFL are like real team sports. You can have one player dominate like Michael Jordan did and LeBron does. LeBron took a team at 22 to the NBA Finals. Obviously, he lost because his team wasn't very good. But you can have one player or two players carry you. In NFL, that can't happen. Tom Brady can't win every year. In baseball, that can't happen. What's his name? Mike Trout hasn't even gotten anywhere close to anything sniffing a World Series. He's the best player in baseball. So, but in basketball, it's not the same. That's why I'm not going to go with role players are the best in the biggest key in winning when it's obviously superstars. You need them win. I don't know. That's just my thoughts.
No, I get what I can see both sides. I get what he's saying. I think that he's basically trying to say, basketball isn't like it needs to be more of a team sport than just an individual. Like I always make that argument. I always make that argument about James Harden, like when he was on the Rockets and he was putting up like those ridiculous numbers,
godly numbers,
and they would lose or they wouldn't go anywhere. And it's like that's where role players do play into effect, because if you have nobody else, like no help at all, you can't just be putting up 50 a night or whatever the fuck it was and think you're going to win a game, because you're not. Because you have nobody else helping you. So
that is facts. Go ahead and continue to call in 404-494-0428. Someone said that was peak Jason Terry. That was just not. That was the end of Jason Terry. That was definitely the end of his run. We acting like the Warriors didn't just dominate the NBA. That's exactly what I mean, though. NBA, they had the most stars, and also their role players were really, really good, and no one could touch them. If they didn't get hurt, they would have beat the Raptors too.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been clear that the NBA for the past 10, 15 years has been all about a big three or a duo. Definitely. I think now more it's duos than big threes. I mean, well, I'm just really saying that about my team, but Rob Will's coming in on that big three.
Oh, wait, no, you didn't just say that. You didn't
Come on. Yes,
that's going to be the weakest big three in history. Come on.
You are such a liar. You're such a liar.
I thought Marcus Smart was the big three. What happened to Marcus Smart? How did Marcus Smart just get demoted? To this run of being from the big three to now the little four? I don't know.
Little four. Yeah. Little four.
Just came back. What I missed? Didn't miss. I mean, you missed much, but you can always come back and watch the stream, and whenever the stream ends, you can watch back
for sure.
We're not going to hold y'all too much longer. We're almost at 2 hours here. I think we had another person call. I hung up on you on accident. That's my fault. But go ahead and give us a call back. Numbers on the screen. A lot of people going Rob is the big three there. I like that.
Yeah,
actually, I did have a poll in the chat. I forgot about that.
Didn't I send you a photo on Twitter about the big three, and Rob was one of them? I sent you a lot of shit.
Did send me a lot, actually. Okay, so this
should we talk about like those topics that I was telling you about?
Let's talk about some of those topics. I had one poll.
Let's talk about other things.
We had a poll in the chat. It was like, are the Celtics the best team in the NBA? Over 150 votes. 84% of people said yes. 16% of people said no. And hopefully that was right now. But hey, that's pretty cool. A lot of people saying, and obviously I said it 2 or 3 days ago, that Celtics are the best in the NBA. So we'll see it.
To our chat.
Let's see here. What real quick, we can start about this. Do people like the Batman name? Yes or no? This little Grant Williams.
That was what we were talking about.
Saw Batman for the first time ever in his life, and he is infatuated with this damn nickname. Type of 1 if you like the nickname. Type 2 if you do not like the nickname. We actually have a caller. I just find it funny
that he gave himself that nickname.
That's weird.
No one gave it to him. He gave it to himself, which is so weird. And both Brown and Tatum, like in a post-game press conference, were like, "Yeah, I'm not about to call him that. Sorry." But then Al Horford's like all about it and is like, "Look, it's Batman." And then literally Grant proceeded to write every single person on the team their like nickname or their alter ego through, I think, the Marvel characters or a DC character, one or the other, and it was hilarious. And Grant's just like a little kid, and it's so funny. If you've ever seen him do like a press conference, he's just like super happy, smiley, and was just like so geeked out to talk about like nerd comic book stuff, and it was hilarious.
Yo, yeah, go ahead and call in again. I know I missed your call real quick, but even Brad said he wasn't. I saw Brad Stevens said he wasn't going to call him that.
Yeah, no one's calling him that.
Who said that? Yeah, my guy, you can definitely call in. Still, numbers on the screen. When numbers on the screen, y'all can definitely call in. If not, I got to block y'all. But numbers on the screen, y'all are good to go.
Yeah, so I wrote down Rob Williams, Jaylen Brown tweet. So when Jaylen tweeted, the energy is about to shift, and then the energy did shift, and how magical that was. Want to talk about that. Grant claiming he's Batman. How about so many white dudes, so little time? Bench talk. How, like, we have way too many white dudes on our bench. Playoff potential picture seeding. Around the NBA, we got the Kyrie and the New York mandates lifted. Is Harden pissed that he left? Heat blow up last night. Cool. Spoelstra tossing the clipboard at Jimmy B.
Oh, okay. Again, this kid hung up. Interesting. All right. And another call. I don't know what's going on. I'll give him prank call here or what? Oh, that's loud. Yo, what's up, man?
What up, Bobby?
How you doing, man? Can I get a name real quick?
Well, it's benign, but you know me as DJ.
DJ, my guy, how you feeling? What's your topic, question, debate? My guy, how you feeling? What's up?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? At the beginning of the season, you was down on our, I'm gonna say our Celtics. I know you're a true friend, you're just critical. Which, you know, a true fan is critical. But you was down on our Celtics. You even stopped saying you was gonna make videos about them on your main channel.
That's true. That's true. I did say that.
Oh wow, you threw a Bree temper tantrum.
So how are you feeling now? That's all I want to know. How are you feeling now? Honest opinion.
I don't know if I'd call it a temper tantrum. I would say that the team is better now, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the team. The team can play defense. They can actually shoot the ball. I am just always skeptical. I'm not a believer, as they once said back in the day. I think I'm more of a logical fan. I like teams that are hot at the end and that go through the playoffs. This team got hot very early.
I would say that you're not a blind fan. You're not like what people like to say.
Yes.
You're not a sheep. You're not a sheep. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna follow the narrative.
I'm not really I call them a green team when they put their glasses on there. They pretend everything's good in the world and no one can beat the Celtics. I'm not that person. However, what I will say is Celtics might have got hot too early. My question is what happens when for a week or two it's the start of the season when we can't hit shots again? That's my fear. What happens in the first round when we are shooting 20% from three?
So this is what I'm gonna say about that.
It's a little quiet. Can you speak up a little bit? Or
I don't think we got hot too early. I think we got hot at the right time. Because to be honest, if we would have got hot early in the season like we did last year when we were on a good run, and then we was trash for the
we got bounced in the first round last year.
No, I mean I'm talking about last year we was I'm talking about at the beginning of the season we went like 25. I forgot which year that was. We won a bunch of games, and then when it came to playoff time, we weren't cohesive. We were injured. So I'd rather us be healthy now. Finish the last part of the season now, get ready to go into the playoffs. But we're gonna I'd rather be the third or fourth seed. We have a good favorable matchup, and we don't got to run into the Bucks, the Nets, or the 76ers until like Eastern Conference. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather stay where we at right now, have a good maintain, and stay healthy throughout the whole playoff, and we'll be fine. I think our team went healthy because we've been running the playoff rotation all year. Is a good team in the playoffs because now other teams going to have to shorten their rotation. I don't think Grayson Allen for the Bucks is getting minutes in the playoffs. What
are you talking about? He literally starts for him.
Hey, he does?
Yeah, Grayson Allen basically starts for him.
Oh man, I don't know about the Bucks. Period. I don't watch Bucks games.
Yeah. He's a big he's a big piece to their team, man. Big piece.
I don't know. Grayson Allen starting for you in any capacity, I'm worried.
Well, when you have Giannis, who's basically two superstars in one, you can do what you want. But no, my guy, I appreciate the call. Let's get to other calls. But no, I appreciate the take, and I agree with you, man. Third or fourth seed is definitely a must-have.
He brought up a good point. It's like, would you have rather them caught fire at the beginning of the season and fade out, kind of like how the Bulls are looking or whatever?
That's
or
true.
Would you rather of them got hot now? That's perfect. I agree 100% with what he's saying. It's not about how you start a season. It's about how you finish it, right? So I agree with that take for sure. What he said, that made a lot of sense. So
yeah, and I agree. I think he said about some about injuries. And one thing to be said, obviously your team, when you have a short rotation, a problem that you run into is when you have an injury, can someone come in and replace that role or step into that role? Injuries happen. We saw Kyrie, who was perfectly healthy, get rolled his ankle and he was done for playoffs. James Harden tore his hamstring. Giannis literally missed a playoff game in ECF. We saw Trae Young get hurt. It's going to happen. So we have to get
Steph Curry's hurt right now.
Steph Curry.
So I kind of liked what he said. He kind of asked you, like, how do you feel now type thing. Like, I do want to ask you personally this question. The fact that we only allegedly have one actual superstar in the man Jason Tatum, do you think that that's enough for them to make it anywhere in this in the post? Like, do you think the fact that they didn't add some superstar piece and got rid of Brown and did this and did that and whatever to get like a Bradley Beal or whoever, say if he was healthy, do you or like we said, like the Kawhi thing where we just get a rental for a championship and then he's out? Are you upset that the team didn't do that, or are you happy that they kind of just stayed pat and just stayed with who they had and just gotten naturally better as the season went on within themselves? Like, are you upset they didn't add another piece that would like shatter the team and blow up the team just to get another superstar like a Cat or whoever?
I wouldn't say upset. What I would say is, for me, I'm always realistic looking at what other teams have and what we could have and what we have currently now in the squad. Yes, I say Tatum is a superstar, just barely. He cracks that top 12. I think when I rated him last week, it was like 11th or 12th in the NBA, and I rank him right there. And someone's calling. I'll answer your call in a second, man. Give me a couple minutes. But where was I going with that? Okay, yes. I'm not cool with Bradley Beal. Cat would be nice to have. I don't think we beat these teams with better superstars because we're not good enough. And again, the NBA is simple. It's not the NFL. It's not baseball. The team with the better players usually win. Yes, you see the Darks every once in a while. You see the Pistons beating the Shaq and Kobe Lakers. Ooh, my fault. But you're not often going to see a team beat Kevin Durant when healthy and
like
Kyrie
with
Irving.
Underdogs, basically.
With Giannis and Tatum and the Celtics are an underdog team. I'm sorry.
Yes, I agree.
Tatum's not better than Embiid or Giannis or KD. You can debate about Kyrie and Harden. I mean, that's the top three teams in the East. I don't care where the Nets are ranked. The Nets are still a top three team. So that's what fears me to say I have all my faith in Tatum and Brown when I know there's other better players. That's just fine. And they've been doing it longer as well.
Okay, so where do you think they, looking at this right now, how they look right now, forget about the first half of the season, how they're looking, how they're rolling, how they've turned this whole thing around, where is their ceiling this year? Are they going to Eastern Conference Finals? Are they a second round exit? Where do you see them? Are they making the championship? Where do you find them falling this playoff run? Granted, if everyone is healthy and nothing weird fucking happens, like a fucking Gordon Hayward snapped his ankle incident or some shit like that. If everyone's good, straight, nobody on the injured list, everyone's good to go, full strength, this whole playoff run, where are they ending up realistically?
For me, even best case scenario, I know I have a bet with Anna Horford. I told her that day she was on the show, there's a better chance the Celtics getting bounced in the first round than going to the ECF. However, if I'm putting money on the line, Celtics probably make the second round and probably lose to whoever we're playing, whether it's the Heat, Nets, Bucks, or Sixers, whatever the matchups fall, we lose in the second round. That's my belief. I think the Heat will be close, but I think I picked the Heat in that series.
Wow. Okay.
So that's my thing. Now, again, I know people, Anna was saying NBA Finals. You're obviously ECF bound minimum.
Well, no, honestly. My ceiling for them will be Eastern Conference Finals. I agree with you. Second round should be minimum. They should not be bounced in the first round. They definitely should play deep in this second round, but
definitely,
I agree with you. Maybe the wheels fall off in the second round. But my max would be Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think they would go past that.
So my question to you, actually, because I remember just when we were on the show last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, you feel confident that we can beat Nets, Sixers, and Heat. When I put words in your mouth, you said the only team that would give us problems at the time, you said Bucks and Bulls, but now Bulls aren't very good.
Bulls
so you believe the Bucks are the only thing that give. So if we play the Sixers in the East Conference Finals, you still think we would lose?
I think you're right. I think we'd have a better shot against the Sixers now than I do against the Nets if they're allowed to have everybody play, because I think that KD is better than Harden and Embiid. So, and again, like, there's just no stopping KD. You don't really know how the cohesion will be with Embiid and Harden come playoffs, because I will call Harden Houdini. He disappears in playoffs, and you already know. So then it all falls on Embiid's shoulders, and Embiid can't do it alone. I know that you're making that claim that superstars can do things alone or by themselves for the most part without role players. But in this case, I don't see Embiid being able to, put that team on his back and go further than the Nets at this point.
What I will say is about big men superstars.
Remember how I said that Blake Griffin's on their bench? Like, the fuck?
Like, and he doesn't
they're
play.
Deep. And that's what I'm saying. So the Nets are pretty stacked, and they're in a good position. And now that the mandates are over and that they have more, freedom to play whoever they want, I think they're definitely going to be a problem, and they'll definitely be Eastern Conference bound. So,
yeah, I felt actually that's a good question for some calls. I know it was people spamming with damn calls. Colin, where do you think the Celtics finish up? Where's their minimum? Where's their ceiling? And also, think about Embiid. A big man superstar is a little tougher because you can just double him. You can't double KD every time, even though he gets complaining about it. It's hard to double a wing or a shooting guard. You can get him open. You can always double a big man. It's just how it is. We're going to call in 444-494-0428 as a caller calls in immediately. Appreciate you.
Awesome.
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, what's poppin', man?
My guy, how you feeling? What's your name? Lex, my guy. What is your thoughts on this topic, or yet another topic to talk about? What's your take here?
For me personally, I was thinking about I'd say the floor for us would be like we all saying, second round. And then for me personally, I feel like our ceiling would be the end of the NBA Finals, because
oh wow,
I don't really agree with that concept of this if you have the better player or you're always 100% gonna win, because any given day or any given night a team could beat another team, because that's how good the NBA is.
That's true.
It's just a game of matchups.
You know what? It's funny, and Lex, I love that take, because that's the take we're seeing literally literally an hour ago with St. Peter's beating Purdue. In March Madness, that works. In the NFL, that works. In baseball, it doesn't work. In basketball, it really doesn't work. The best team usually wins because it's a series. You have to beat a team 4 times. You can't luckily beat a team 4 times. That's why I say the team with the best players, team with the best superstar, team with the best coach usually wins, because you have to plan. Yeah, you can get lucky and have a hot night.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's why I don't agree with that.
I think he's trying to say someone can go cold, right, and not make any baskets. So there's
about saying usually you can't get lucky in basketball, but that's at the same time you wouldn't really call it luck when you talking about the Celtics, because especially when you talk about teams like the Heat and everything, because matchup to matchup wise, Celtics overall should be a better team. We have the overall better defense and overall better offense than the Heat. So given a 7-game series, we can beat them. Against the Bucks, all they have is really Giannis. And then Giannis, it doesn't mean that Giannis is going to get hit. But if you can slow down the rest of the team and just let Giannis do what Giannis do, you still have a good matchup of winning that series.
Yeah, that's facts, man. Lex, I appreciate the call. We're going to get to other calls, but Lex, really good points. I appreciate you, man.
All right, you have a good night.
Yes, sir. You too.
I get what he's saying. It's basically
you were talking about
it's basically law of averages, right? Say you have a really shitty night and they're all playing like shit. Yeah, of course. Then the team that's making their shots are gonna win the game. And again, obviously heavily on defense. I feel like defense does win you games as well. So if you're not playing defense, you're not gonna win either. So I get what he's saying. Anything is possible, like KG says, but I agree with you when you say if you have the better matchup or the better, firepower or the better team, odds are in your favor that you will win.
True.
And that's just facts.
True. I'm not saying upsets don't happen.
Yes, I'm sure. Yeah, exactly. Right.
We saw a team old school, the old school Golden State Warriors beat the number 1 seed Dallas Mavericks. It happens every once in a while when you have a great matchup, though.
But rarely.
Very, very rare. It doesn't happen. Continue to call in, though, 444-494-0428. Shout out to Lex with his good take. I don't know what this man's talking about here, but I don't want to dig on people, but some of y'all are quick to get rid of Ime.
Yeah, you're 2 hours late to this.
Yeah. We're talking about that early in the stream. But a lot of people were on that take, especially on Twitter and my YouTube comments. A lot of people were on that topic. Now, I
don't know. I personally, like I said, and we watched my playbacks, are Are you getting a call right now?
I am getting a call, but you can go
ahead. The point was, I was positive and had good intentions and had all the optimism in the world for Ime. But when we were nearing All-Star break and we were still a sub 500 team, in literally like not even going to be in the play-in, let alone the playoffs in that contention, that's when I'm like, yo, this is fucking annoying. Like, I'm over it. Like, if it was like 10 games in and we were like, oh, we're like not doing well, then okay. But we were 40, 50 games in. That's why I was pissed. So let's be clear. I think I was very patient up until that point.
There were literal people when I think we started the season 0-2. People were saying, yeah, I don't know if Ime is going to work out. 0-2. And
yeah,
not the NFL, quick. NBA, that's insane. With 80 other games, it's kind of wild. The person that called in, go ahead and call in again. Someone left a voicemail. I don't read voicemails or listen to them, but go ahead, call back again. Look at that. Where 10-12 amazing. I think there's one other March Madness.
You know what I do want to talk about though, too?
What's up?
Just key facts around the NBA, or not really facts, but things that I find interesting. There's a lot of drama now happening, a lot of chippiness, a lot of people and teams falling apart, not having good team chemistry, a lot of people getting very testy, and I like that. I like when other teams fall apart.
I wouldn't call them falling apart. And I know I want to talk about that Miami Heat thing soon. Okay. We got one last call, and then we're going to talk about this Heat thing because okay. One last caller, and we'll rock and roll. Yo, my guy, how you feeling, man?
Well, someone's calling you again.
Oh, okay. Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up?
My guy, how you feeling? What's your name?
T,
my guy, how you feeling? What's your take on this, or you had another topic you want to discuss?
Man, I have another topic, man. I have a question, though, for you.
Yeah, what's up, man?
All right, so I was watching the Draymond Green podcast where Bradley Beal was on there.
Okay. Oh, I just saw that.
How elite Jason Tatum is right now and how he's playing. And Bradley Beal went on to say that when they was kids, he said he was going to be a million times better than him.
Mm-hmm.
And he said Jason Tatum would be the face of the league.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all see that happening? But for real, think about it. After KD, who is it next?
Ja Morant.
Wait, so you said, okay, I haven't seen the clip yet. I know I saw like a 20 second. I haven't seen like the full one. See, again, I don't read my stuff. I got to start reading stuff because that seemed like a good little video.
I send you all facts. No, it was really good. I know what he's talking about. Basically, what he's asking you is, after KD, when KD leaves, do you think Jason Tatum will be the face of the NBA? And if not, who do you think will? So, Ja Morant could be. I don't know.
What I would say, number one, LeBron's still the face till he retires, and then KD. But regardless, I think after him, it's obviously Giannis and Luka. They're more international. They favor more people. No one hates Giannis. I don't know any single person that doesn't like Giannis. Luka, again, brings that Hispanic and Latino fan base to the market. Those two guys are far and away better. But American-wise, I think Ja works. I like Tatum. I think if Zion ever gets healthy, and I know he's back dunking again, Zion will definitely be bigger than both Ja, and he was already bigger than both Ja and Tatum.
I think what Tatum brings a lot more than all of them. He plays defense. He can shoot. He can get to the rim. He can pull up. He got the handles. All of them can't do all of that. What can Jason Tatum do? All he needs to do right now is learn the game a little more. Think about he's not even in his prime yet.
Yeah.
So we're talking about play on the floor, not marketability. We're talking about play on the floor, like who's going to be the best player in the world, not the face. When I hear basically, I'm thinking who is the market? Like LeBron is. You think of him, but you think of LeBron.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. Face of the league. If we're talking about play on the floor, that's a different question for me. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm thinking best player in the game.
I got you. That's my fault.
I'm thinking best player in the game.
I got you. But you said you had another topic to discuss as well, right? Or was that the question?
That was it.
Okay. Hey, my guy, appreciate you. See you, man. Have a great night, man. Appreciate the question.
Man, you too.
Much love to him. Brie, what was your thoughts on that? Who you
That's
think?
a good point.
I didn't know.
I mean, I see what you're saying, like marketable wise.
Yeah, I was thinking
like,
market.
Who's like more attractive to be the actual face of the NBA. Yeah. I get what he's saying when he's saying skills wise.
Skill, okay.
That's what I think he was talking about, was who is going to be the face of the NBA skills wise. Will it be Tatum, or is he in contention for that?
I still like Giannis. I know people hate on Giannis. I still think Giannis is it. There's nothing.
Dude.
Sure, Giannis can't shoot, but Giannis does everything perfectly fine. I don't care.
Giannis
I think
is hilarious. I sent you. which I'm sure you didn't even look at. I sent you
this
thing that Giannis was doing. Like, I consider it maybe a little bit of tampering, recruiting for the Bucks. He was doing this like photo shoot, but it was like a video. He's wearing a sweater and he's like, "It's so beautiful here in Milwaukee. Don't pay attention to my sweater. It's so nice out." Like, he's so funny. Like, I don't even know how you can hate him. He's hilarious. And then that, like, did that like post game presser about Oreos and like him eating Oreos. That was fucking hilarious. Like, this kid is so funny. He can do no wrong. I don't know how you could hate on Giannis other than being a hater because he's so good.
People definitely, especially I see some fans say that Giannis is trash. Giannis literally wore a Stone Cold shirt on Stone Cold Day. Literally the day after winning the NBA Finals, saw him on the IG Live going to Chick-fil-A, ordering 50 nuggets and a Sprite Chick-fil-A lemonade. People love it. I don't know how you hate on Giannis. I don't understand. He's
so funny.
Someone said Giannis can't shoot nor dribble. If you Google Giannis highlights and tell me he can't dribble, you're drunk. I'm sorry. You're just tripping. The man's 6'11" and can definitely dribble. If Tatum gets MVP, I think he could be the face. I don't know. We see MVP. I
think he's definitely top 10 of somebody who can be like the next generation after KD for sure. He's only 19, guys. Come on now.
Okay, here we go. But okay, so if we're talking about skill wise, I still think LeBron's best player, but I don't know.
I think you're right. I think you were right to say Giannis, Luka, Zion. I think Ja Morant, Tatum. I think they're all in that same category of who can be the next generation face of the NBA for sure.
No, I ain't mad about that. I have
He's
another
definitely
cool
in talks.
Comment here. Okay, Luther, my Lord, what are you talking about here? Bird, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Tatum. I'm sorry. If there's anyone going to be in this, it's got to be Luka. Luka has to be in this category. Luka is averaging LeBron numbers when he was straight out of, not high school, but I guess Spain. The man's phenomenal. If you don't like Luka, I don't know what you're talking about. Luka's phenomenal too.
What about the Joker too?
Would get better.
Joker's great.
Oh yeah, Joker. I forgot about Nikola. Nikola's obviously international.
There's so many players that like are so good that I forgot about. Remember when we were doing our top 25 and I forgot about Giannis? Yeah. I forgot about it. Like it's just like I'm like, what? I forgot about Giannis. Like there's just so many players when you like. I literally will just need like the list of all NBA players and be like, oh yeah, he's great. Oh yeah, he's great. I just forget about them sometimes because your focus isn't on these people all the time because we don't face them enough. You know.
Speaking
Giannis, there's no excuse. We do face him a lot.
We literally, I think we play Giannis 3 times a year, and Giannis gives us the work every single time. So the Giannis hate is phenomenal. But I want to talk about the Miami Heat thing last night. I saw this, was it last night? Maybe 2 days ago. I don't know what day it was. But I saw the thing with Jimmy Butler, Spo. Obviously, they're getting blown out by the Warriors. The night before that, they were getting blown out by the Sixers with no Harden and no Embiid. So they're feeling bad. They're at home. Spo and Butler are yelling at each other, going back and forth. And eventually you hear Spo say, and I don't usually curse, but he said, "You want to fucking fight me?" And all I know is Butler, just you see the back of his head, just turn up. And then you see Haslam. If y'all don't know Haslam, UD has been on the team since like 2004, maybe 2005.
So old.
Very old.
He's so old. And he said, well, I'm going to beat your ass. He told Jimmy he was going to beat his ass.
You want to fight me then? I'll fight. And he stepped in front and you see Butler stand up. But then you see Butler kind of go away. And you see them push away. Again, I love fighting. I love the comeback.
So in the whole clip, Spoelstra didn't have anything in his hands, right? As Jimmy's walking away, Spoelstra picks up the clipboard and throws it at the floor near Jimmy. Oh, it was so funny. So he literally went and picked up his clipboard just to throw it.
A lot of people's takes about it was, oh, the Heat are falling apart. They're going to crumble. I thought it was more about a team brotherhood of going at each other, fighting, and they're going to bounce back from it. I don't see that as, remember when Draymond Green called Kevin Durant the B word, right? That I thought was an implosion. That wasn't good stuff. Then you saw 5 minutes later, Spo and Jimmy Butler hugging it out on the sideline.
Yeah, so you think it was like a good
That was a good thing.
Yeah.
Green and KD couldn't sit next to each other in the locker room after the game. KD said that was one of the reasons why he left on his podcast, is after that moment, he knew he couldn't be there anymore. That's serious.
Too far gone, yeah.
Or Kyrie blaming Tatum and Brown. And I remember there was one night in Orlando where Gordon was passing the ball and he didn't pass it to Kyrie. And he passed it to Tatum, and obviously Tatum missed a shot for the win. And Kyrie's pissed, chewing out Hayward on the floor. I knew he was gone from that moment.
Oh my God, I remember that clip. That was the
there's
worst.
Sometimes you see it. There's bad teammate chemistry, and there's good. I'm trying to think of another good team chemistry moment recently, but
good. The Celtics bench reaction every time is such a good.
More of like a hostile, but also kind of good. I don't know. I can't think of one. There's been some good ones recently, but whenever Smart usually gets fired up too. Smart usually gets heated with some of the teammates. But you know, it's in all like not good fun. What's the word I'm looking for? But all good nature. He's trying to raise them up, not put them down, type of thing.
But you know what's crazy? So I saw that Kuzma retweeted like that clip of like the Heat fighting or whatever. Okay. And he was like, first of all, I don't know what the fuck Kuzma is even doing getting involved in this anyways. But Kuzma was like, oh, now you guys want to talk about the Heat just because they're, fighting, but they're the number 1 seed. And in my head, I was like, is he right? Are they the number 1 seed? I honestly haven't even heard of or thought of the Heat. I literally had to check the standings and I was like, oh, fuck, he's right. They are the number 1 seed. When did that happen? It was very weird for me because he's right in the sense that no one's been talking about the Heat up until this point, because now there's some drama and some issues. So now they're talking about the Heat. So I agree like with what he was saying, because they were so off my radar that I didn't even realize that they were the number 1 seed. So it took some drama for me to be like, oh, wait a second. The Heat are the number 1 seed right now? That's funny.
And it goes the same way with D Book. And I saw some people talking about, a lot of people don't watch Devin Booker because they played on West Coast. Phoenix Suns have the best record in the NBA by 9 games. And no one talks about them. They just don't.
Remember, I told you they went on that 18-game win streak at the beginning of the season, and then they kind of faded out a little because of Chris Paul's injury, and no one talks about them anymore.
They still had a winning record without the D Book raised his scoring and assists when D Book went out or when Chris Paul came out, and D Book had 49 points last night. I mean, he's phenomenal. People said that Tatum's far and away better than Booker. I don't know about far and away. Sure, Tatum played more defense, but I would say Booker's a little better playmaker and definitely, scoring option. Man, I saw last year in the playoffs. He's phenomenal. But Leonard has a cool shout out to Leonard, our old school fan here. Quick debate for you two. Well, maybe not quick. Name the best player on each team, and are they better than Tatum? I'm not going to do each team. That might be taking a little too long.
That'll be fun. I'll do that.
Let's do the Eastern Conference though.
Okay. Let's pull up.
See if I can pull up the standings.
So that's what I'm saying. Like if I don't have like the rosters in front of me, I forget people. So like pull up the actual rosters.
There we go. All right, let me hide that. All right, so Miami Heat obviously is Jimmy Butler. I think it's close. I think this season Tatum's been a little better, but I would go Tatum.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Bucks is Giannis. I don't think there's a discussion here. I think it's pretty simple. What is your take here?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but the reason why, never mind. I was gonna say
no. I want to hear.
I was gonna say because Giannis has to be the best on that team. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, I get it. People are gonna be like, oh, Chris Middleton and blah blah blah, Connaughton, whatever. But like, I honestly, when I think of the Bucks, I just think of Giannis. Like he's like the guy. I don't see him in a duo. I don't see him in a big three. I just see him as he's on his own tier. He's on his own level, and everybody else are role players. He's like the only main guy, so he has to be that guy. That's why Tatum wouldn't be compared to Giannis, because Tatum shares that responsibility like a 1A, 1B with Brown. And that's my take on that.
And that's an interesting take to have. I'm not mad about it. Obviously, we saw last year in the playoffs when Giannis got hurt, he twisted his ankle. We saw Middleton and Drew Holiday take over and beat Atlanta in Game 6 to go to the NBA Finals. So they're definitely good players. They're really, good players.
They are good, but they're overshadowed by Giannis.
The responsibility of Giannis, yes.
Yeah, and Giannis is just on that superstardom level that he'll just be heads and shoulders above these guys. So people don't really speak on them because they're more speaking about Giannis. So that's just my take on that.
This guy OU says something. Giannis is the guy, but remember he was getting cooked by Horford. He never got cooked by Horford. I don't know where this statement came from. It's just not true. I think he might have had one poor game in Game 1 of that 2018 with Kyrie Irving, actually, now think about it. The rest of the way, Horford couldn't touch him. The other 4 games, we basically got swept by Giannis and the Bucks. So, just not true. Knightsby says, JT over Giannis. I think you're the only one here, but hey, always good to be different. Next up, we have Sixers. I will go Joel Embiid this season. I know James Harden probably historically is a better player, but Joel Embiid or Tatum, where are you going here?
I agree. I think, the Harden Embiid thing is close, but I think looking at it big picture wise, Embiid's a little bit better than Harden. And if I'm saying, I don't know if Embiid's better than Tatum. I mean, I guess, yes, if you're looking at like, the history. I just think that Tatum is a more well-rounded player than Embiid, just like on the defensive end. Tatum's really coming alive this year with a lot of blocks, and I think Tatum can like pickpocket somebody, and I think he's just grabbing rebounds, grabbing assists. I think Tatum is becoming more of a all-around player, and he obviously has such more room to grow, and I think Embiid is just plateaued. I don't think Embiid has more room to grow. I think he's
Embiid from his rookie year to now has added a 3-point shot. He's a better dribbler now. He's a way better defender now. I don't know about that.
I mean, if he actually perfects the 3-point shot and does better at the free throw line, yeah, maybe. But
he shot 40% last year. From three, he shot 40%. Yeah, he shot 40%. This year he went low. He's at 37, but that's still higher than Tatum this season.
But do you think that if you're looking at them both this year, that if you were really looking at it, do you think that Embiid had a drastic improvement, or did Tatum have a drastic improvement? Because I think that Embiid is pretty consistent. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't, like, when I look at Embiid, I don't know. I think he's special, but I expect it. Sorry. I expect it from him. When I look at Tatum and I've seen the progression that he's had all year, I'm like, holy shit. Like, look at all these 30-plus point games in a row he's been doing. Look at the average. Like, Tatum's been growing. I don't think Embiid has a lot more room to grow. I think he's reached his peak. I'm not saying he's, like, overrated or, like, that he's done, but I'm saying I don't think there's much more room for Embiid, and I think Tatum's ceiling is so high, and he hasn't even reached it yet. That's just where I'm going with that.
I think Embiid is just so much – that is kind of the same. It's almost the same thing with Giannis when people say, like, well, Tatum can be better than Giannis one day. I don't see it. But if Giannis never improves and he's already shooting jumpers now. I think he's shooting like 32% from three, which, again, for him is pretty good. But if Giannis never learns how to shoot and he doesn't care to, he's still better than pretty much everyone else in the league. It doesn't matter. He's a better defender than most people. He's a better finisher than most people. He's still a good passer. For Embiid, it's pretty much the same thing. Embiid down low is just such a force. He might win MVP this year. That's how good he's been. And I think his big thing has just been being healthy, not really getting better, just being more healthy and playing in the playoffs and not missing games here and there. But I don't know. I'm mad at that. For me, I'm taking Embiid. I think the chat's pretty 50-50 with this one too. Someone said tough. Tatum's too inconsistent. Yeah, Embiid's usually consistent. And
that's exactly what I just said. Yeah. That's exactly what I just said. Yeah.
Obviously, Celtics are here. We got Bulls. I like DeRozan. DeRozan's been good this year. DeRozan might be all NBA first team. Fell off a little bit, but I think Tatum's definitely the better player. DeRozan's probably having a better year, though.
Is DeRozan the best player on the Bulls right now, according to you?
100%. Okay. I think Levine and him are close, but I think DeRozan this year has been a better player.
Is that because he's older and has had more reps in the league than Levine? Is that why you're saying that?
No, I think DeRozan just is
an all-around better player.
He's just an all-around better player. And also, last couple of years with the Spurs, he just wasn't very good. Now he's actually efficient, hitting threes. I think it's not close.
Okay.
But I like DeRozan.
But are you taking DeRozan over Tatum? No, right?
No. Okay. He's having a better year, though. DeRozan is definitely having a better year than Tatum. But I wouldn't take DeRozan over Tatum, if that makes sense.
Not really, but okay. Are you trying to say that DeRozan's better than Tatum, but you would take Tatum?
DeRozan's having a better year, like statistically. Like stat-wise, he's having a better year. He's going to be all-NBA first team. Tatum's probably going to be all-NBA second team, but they're still good. It's kind of like, I can't think of a comparison. Ja's having a better season than Steph Curry. I'm not taking Ja over Steph Curry as a player. Like, on my team.
That's a great comparison. Okay, I get what you're saying.
We have the Cleveland Cavaliers this season. Hey, shout out to the All-Star himself. You want to take Darius Garland, you can. You want to take Jared Allen. Both of them are pretty good. You're not taking either one of those players over Jason Tatum, no. They're both great players, great young players, good pieces. Raptors got Pascal or Van Fleet. Van Fleet obviously made an all-star team. You're not taking both those guys over Tatum.
No.
Then you get the Brooklyn Nets. And obviously it's Kevin Durant.
AD.
It's not close.
Yes. Yeah. No. Moving on.
I would love to hear anyone try to debate this topic here, but
who would you say the best player for a long time? Would Hornets be LaMelo?
I think Bridges has actually been the better player this season, but I think LaMelo is their end-all be-all, but Miles Bridges have a better season. I think he's averaging like 22, 23.
He didn't play well against us, Bridges, but
no. Really good player. He's going to get his money, man.
I heard a lot about Bridges, but anytime we faced him this year, he like disappeared. Like we held him to 0 points for a whole half the last time we played him. Like he really didn't do much when we shut him down. So I wanted to see the Miles Bridges that everyone was talking about and all those poster dunks and everything else. Didn't see anything from him. So
he's a very similar player to Jaylen Brown, honestly. Him and him are pretty much similar. Excuse me. I'm very like
we would take Tatum over Brown anyway. So moving on. Hawks, Trae Young.
Man, I've talked about this for a long time. This kind of goes to what you were saying before about responsibility. Trae Young will always have more responsibility than Tatum will ever have in his life. That's why I think Trae. I don't know. Tatum's the better player skill wise, but Trae just does so much more on the floor. He's more important.
Right, and is Trae more consistent than Tatum? That's kind of what it comes down to for me. Is I want consistency. And if I need to be like sure, I need to be sure that if you have the ball in your hand and you need a buzzer beater or whatever, you're gonna take it and you're gonna make it. So I'm more, if it's coming down to that as my like justification, I might take Trae over Tatum.
And yeah, I know people are gonna talk about, well, Trae doesn't play defense. Well, Trae does so much more offensively that y'all overlook. Trae offensively probably doubles what he could do defensively. He's just so. Think of Isaiah Thomas, but Trae's better than Isaiah Thomas. I'm like the young Isaiah Thomas, the Celtics version. He does so much more.
Yeah, it comes down to role playing, right? Like, are we justifying our credentials on all around player, or are we justifying why we're picking someone being better than the other because of how well they, are efficient in offense or efficient in defense or efficient in both? That's tough. It's really hard to like critique players if we don't have like a basis that we can like evenly pick on. I don't know. It's tough because like you said, Trae and his defense isn't the same as Tatum and his defense, but Trae's offense is definitely a lot better.
And then the rest of the Eastern Conference, none of these guys would be better. Julius Randle, Brad Beal's been good. I don't think anyone's taken Beal over Tatum. Pacers, Halliburton's a really good young player. He's obviously too young. Cade's good, but he's obviously too young. And the Magic, I don't care who the hell you pick for the Magic, honestly. Jalen Suggs or Markelle Fultz or Wendell Carter, I don't care who you get. None of them are better than Tatum. But someone asked a question, Luther. Where'd you go? There you go. Who you got, Tatum or Booker? We talked about this before. I think Booker's having a better year. He's been more consistent all year. He's been asked to do a lot more since Chris Paul's been out. But I'm not mad if you go with Tatum because of the defense, but Booker does a lot on offense too. I don't know. What about you?
That's tough. I think, again, it's one of those things. Like, are we talking about overall player? Are we talking about offensively and defensively? Or are we just talking about offense? That's really like tough. I probably would pick Tatum though.
Ain't mad. Someone just said the Heat just lost to the Knicks.
What?
Refresh this real quick.
Told you the Heat collapse.
So we are now okay. It's not going to update. I guess it's going to update tomorrow morning. But I guess we'd be a game behind the Heat then. I guess we'd be a game behind the Heat. That's interesting. I still don't want the number 1 seed though. That's not the goal here. No.
Yeah, I definitely don't want the number 1 seed either.
It is, what time is it? It is 10:34, and I have not eaten dinner yet, so I might have to go eat dinner.
Oh my
god. Starving here. Low-key, this Gatorade, that Gatorade Frost. No ad here. Definitely some fire stuff.
No ad.
Let's see.
All right, wait. I have one more thing. I want to say.
Yeah, what's up?
We obviously talked about all that other shit. Actually, wait. I might have 2 things. Defensive Player of the Year, and what do we think about the Lakers and their fate? Are they even making playoffs? What's happening with them?
Excuse me. We'll talk about the Lakers really quick. They're going to make the play-in, obviously. They're going to be the 9th to 10th seed. Which means they have to win 1 game, which is probably New Orleans, and then go win another game. Even if they make the playoffs, they're not beating the Suns anyway. They probably get swept. Now the question,
even though AD's coming back, I heard that he's close to coming back. Does that really change much for you if AD comes back?
It would. I still would take the Suns in the series. They wouldn't sweep them, but they definitely beat them in 6, probably like last year. But
Yeah, my Western Conference Finals is Suns Warriors for sure. Nothing can change my mind about that. That's going to be the matchup coming out of the West. And I don't know if it's honestly, if Steph comes back and if Clay can get it together and if Draymond can get it together, they have a chance to win it all. But I think because now CP3's back, I think the Phoenix Suns are going to pick up right where they left off, and they're just going to cruise through the West.
I saw a comparison, and I know people don't like Nick Wright. I don't know why. I love Nick Wright, his takes and the show he does. But he had a take. He's like, the Phoenix Suns this year remind him a lot of the 2014 Spurs. The year before that year, 2013 Spurs lost. That was Ray Allen game winner in Game 6. They lose Game 7 because LeBron had like 38 and 15, and they lose and they're devastated. The next year, Kawhi gets so much better. They go and beat the Heat in 5 games, sweep them, or not sweep them, but destroy them super easy. I think the Suns are going to do this year. Get to the NBA Finals. It doesn't matter who comes out the East, Sixers, Celtics, Bucks. They're going to beat them. Maybe not in 5, but dominant fashion, revenge game.
Well, do you think you didn't even say Nets? So do you think the Bucks could beat the Nets? No. Who's coming out of the East? Who's coming out of the East?
I think it's a rematch of last year. Literally kind of like the Heat.
The Bucks are going to beat the Nets.
I know they will. Yeah.
Whoa.
Giannis is the best player in the world. If Giannis doesn't play, all bets are off. Giannis plays. I feel
like I kind of want to do what the NBA on TNT panel does and put like Post-it notes on our predictions on that blank spot on your wall until you get a poster.
I need to go buy some, what do you call it? Sticky notes? I got to go buy some sticky notes.
Post-it notes. Whatever. I'm stealing their idea. I don't care. I love it. We need to come up with your bold predictions and my bold predictions and put those up there.
I got that. That's actually a beautiful day. This little spot right here. King James.
Just right on LeBron's face, please. Go ahead.
Okay, or not. We will try to try that. Bad
defensive player of the year.
Wrongs. What? I don't know what he's talking about. What was the defensive player of the year? So what is it? I know people have been talking about Rudy Gobert as a fraud or whatever. I don't think they're going to give him a 4th one. I think that's too much. He's already won 3. He doesn't need a 4th one.
All right. So realistically, do you think Marcus Smart has a chance?
No.
Why?
It's a big man award. I know people don't like to hear it. It is what it is. MVP is a quarterback award. MVP in the league is a narrative award in the NBA. Defense Player of the Year is a big man award. It will go to Jaren Jackson. It's going to go to, I don't know, take your pick. Jaren Jackson probably deserves it. 2nd seed in the West. Mikal Bridges for the Suns, number 1 seed in the NBA. He's really good. I don't care who you go with, but
all right,
Jaren Jackson probably gets it.
Who wins MVP? Yeah.
Damn.
We need to be writing these down.
See, I gotta save these because these are some sticky note questions. That's tough. I still have no clue. I have no idea.
Do you think? So that's what we need to figure out: Coach of the Year, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player, and then who's All NBA, First Team, Second Team, All Defensive Team. Will Marcus Smart and Rob make All Defensive Team, whether it's the First Team or Second Team?
They definitely make 8.
Is that more realistic?
Excuse me. Smart definitely makes First Team. I don't know if Rob makes First Team over Gobert or Jaren Jackson.
You think he'll make at least Second Team then?
Definitely make at least Second Team. I know Bam's close, but Bam missed a lot of time. So I would definitely give Rob the 2nd spot. Wait, someone said this is kind of funny. Bree said it's recorded. Oh, I thought you meant this stream's recorded. I thought you meant this stream was recorded. Like we're doing like some post video. I'm just doing this randomly.
I'm so confused. What is recorded?
I think he was joking about this stream being recorded, like pre-recorded, like this wasn't actually happening. I don't know. That was kind of funny.
Maybe
must have been
saying
born
like
in 98. What? I was actually.
Maybe he's saying that like we can play this back and write down all of our notes on the post-it note. I don't know. Maybe that's what he said.
But I agree. I'm gonna buy some sticky notes at our local CVS. Shout out to homeboy, and buy some sticky notes and see what we can do. Because Anna had
the fact that you just said what I don't even remember which take you just said, but I was like, oh yeah, that needs to go on the wall.
I think
Jackson. Bucks. You said Bucks are gonna beat the Nets. That I want to
if they play somehow, yes. But I think the Bucks beat the Celtics too. So
you just said that you think that the Bucks are coming out and going to
the East.
Finals.
I think it's a rematch.
Yeah, that's what I want to have written down. That needs to be noted because I thought for sure you would have said Nets.
Like me, Bree is a real fan. She enjoys watching all of the games, regular season or playoffs. Feels bad if somehow.
Yeah, I do feel bad if I missed a game. Yeah, because I work a lot. I have like 3 jobs now, so it's tough to like sit and watch every single play. It really sucks. And as much as I do love the sport, I don't really think I get like the gist of it watching like a highlight reel of 5 minutes. Like it's not the same. Also, same thing. If I look at a box score, I'm not going to know nothing about what happened in that game just looking at a box score. So yeah, I try my hardest to be able to watch play for play any live game that comes on. So dedication.
Smart can average 7 steals a game and they will still give it to Giannis. If he averaged 7 steals a game, that is like Hall of Famer level. Man, what? I think the league record all time is like 2.8, maybe even 3. That's insane. Can Smart get most improved? Hell no. Miles Bridges got that award in the bag already. I don't think anyone else has a chance. He literally went from a guy that might get minimum money to a guy that's going to get max dollars next offseason. I don't know. So pretty easy there. We're rounding up. I think I bought some Little Caesars earlier today. It might be cold, but I'm definitely going to eat some pizza there. OU says, 92. Don't know what that means. Been watching basketball since I was 4 years old. Blew out both my knees playing. Oh, born in 92. Blew out both my knees playing basketball, given so much the game without asking for it. Don't know what that ending means, but
I think they were talking to each other in the chat.
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking to me. All right, never mind. Is that it? You're right. You can't boil down flow. I can't. Oh my goodness gracious! You can't boil down flow and energy of a game with box score or highlights. Right. I don't know.
Oh yeah, because I was actually like blown away that you literally will do streams, not even watching the game live. You'll literally just look at the highlights. I'm like, what the fuck? Like never in my life would I, because it's so weird because you're like having like such a genuine like reaction to the highlights because you didn't even watch the game, and I'm like, how do you do that?
So for me,
no.
Again, I can't wait to do a watch party. I don't know when me and Brie are gonna do a watch party eventually, sometime soon. But watch parties are always fun because they have to watch the game. But reaction videos, as y'all seen, reaction videos just do so much more view wise, so I can gain more viewers. Actually, I make money off my videos.
Why don't we? Aren't we doing it on Monday?
I didn't know if we confirmed that for Monday, but Monday works. We can do a watch party.
It's an away game. I'm not working. I thought we were doing a pre-game show and then a watch party and then a post game. Is that what
I don't know about a post game on Monday
or whatever?
I can do a watch party because that'd be too long, but I can do a watch
party for Monday would be cool. I mean, I don't really give a shit about the Raptors, but I'm sure we can make it interesting.
I ain't mad about that, but also so I make my money doing reaction. So I like if I watch the game and then did reactions, it feel fake to me. It feel boring. I wouldn't watch it, so why would someone else watch it? So I always make something good.
I get what you're saying. Okay, that makes sense.
Hope you have a good evening. Does this channel have a Discord? I do have a Discord. I don't really use it. Follow us on Twitter, though.
What is Discord?
Discord is actually how we'll be using our watch party. I got to put you on that next time we talk.
I don't even know what that is.
But there's her Instagram. There's my Twitter. Give us a follow. Jags.
It's the same on Twitter, too.
But no, that is it. It is 10:43. We've had basically 50 up to 85 people watching us the entire 2.5.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. Get these numbers up. It's a movement. Big 3.
Even at 10:40, March Madness on a Friday.
Night,
that's
you
insane.
You guys are dedicated. I love you guys.
I appreciate that. Last almost 3 hours. That's impressive as hell. I'm gonna go watch a movie. I'm gonna go eat some pizza. Brie, I don't know what you're having for dinner.
I'm watching RuPaul's Drag Race because that's also a secret obsessed. It's a drag show.
Drag show. What is that? Racing? What is that?
No.
What?
No, it's a show that gay guys dress up as girls.
Okay, drag race. I got you. I don't know who RuPaul is.
My other obsession. Don't worry about it. Look it up. He's great.
RuPaul. Appreciate everyone else in the building. Hit the like button for your boy and your girl. Hopefully y'all enjoy the stream. We'll be back
Monday.
Yeah, this game Sunday. And then we'll be back Monday for a watch party.
Monday. Yeah, I'm going 100%. To the game. So I'll be at the Timberwolves game watching Cat live. That was also one of the things I want to talk about. Cat getting in. Oh my God, whose face was it? Not Jay Crowder. Was it Jay Crowder?
Yeah, he told me it was too small. When shit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then someone tweeted, "Pat Bev got Cat acting different." I was like, dead. I love Twitter so much.
Twitter's the GOAT.
Yo, Twitter.
We are gone. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your night. Hope you guys eat something good tomorrow and the weekend. I'm out of here. Peace out. God bless. Hope you guys enjoy.
See you Monday.
Time. Back on Monday night, y'all. See y'all.